the beloved Jim Mandich once described certain listeners during a different radio age. He would say of people who listened to the show during the working hours that they were corporate time-stealing weasels. And this week, I'm the executive of a corporation, and I've got on my hands an assortment of employees who are corporate time-stealing weasels because no one's trying this week. No one in America is trying at work this week. And Chris Cody says to me, let's just do a Thanksgiving show. I'll play Thanksgiving sounds from our past.
Ooh, John Gruden, hand turkey.
Yeah, see, the hand turkey.
Random Thanksgiving. You want to
The
do
turducken.
You want to do, no, I've got this right. There's no employee in America trying this week, correct?
I mean, I felt like yesterday was a creative lift, pal.
I tried really hard. I mean, I typed Thanksgiving into my computer, and I saw what came up.
What'd you find? Can you do better than them? Can you do better than them with your lazy Thanksgiving show, as Mike's talking about what a heavy lift yesterday was for
I
him?
mean, Mike said a great one. John Gruden talking about hand turkey.
Yeah. That was your cue. Don't say fuck off the air.
Very important that I start at the rear first. This tail feather gives me speed and precision. And it's these mid feathers you got to be careful with as you go around your Super Bowl ring, you know. But these middle feathers are the brain of the outfit. And this front feather, that points the direction that this hand turkey goes.
Do we forgive him? I forgive him. I forgive him. Jameis has this thing too. And I know now that Jeremy's back in.
He's just so it's going to be likable. You're just going to do likable
this guy
now?
seems to have learned the lessons.
Okay,
It is Thanksgiving.
I love him too.
Like you learned. I'm ready for you to come back to a job.
Really? You guys are doing this with
What?
with
We decided it with Mike Tyson.
He learned from the first one, the second one, the third one.
I did my first ever radio show 21 years ago, Thanksgiving. First ever. No experience. Throw me on the air.
Well, sure.
Yeah!
Nobody's listening on Thanksgiving.
We needed someone to do like
You're working
$7.90 a ticket.
You're working a holiday for $9 an hour.
I did like 5 straight hours on Thanksgiving.
I had so many trembling voice sports flashes for me during the holiday shifts at 790.
You were doing Zaslow was doing a 5-hour solo show on
No.
Thanksgiving?
It was me and Zach Krantz.
Head coach Jacques Martin says David Booth should be good to go. Puck drop at the NCRC is at 7:30.
Zaslow, you worked 5 straight hours on Thanksgiving Day, no holiday.
Yep.
How much were you making an hour?
Oh well, I was on salary, but my salary was so pathetic. You want to guess what my first year salary was?
$7 an hour.
Let's remember, Stugotz was the one who paid me.
Yeah. $28,000.
That's exactly right.
What? Wow.
Yeah.
How'd you know that?
I just guessed.
As an on-air host?
That's an unbelievable
Well, no, I
guess.
wasn't an on-air host.
No, he was just a hand.
Yeah.
He was like
A
a
hand turkey.
producer,
28,000.
occasional flash anchor, and then occasional weekend talent.
Yeah.
That's a going rate around like 2006 for Jonathan Zaslow.
I feel like that's what I started at ESPN.
Facts.
Basketball is back, Jack. Time for our favorite winter sport. The summertime is over, so let's head down to the court. Time for the tip ball. Give me fast breaks on the attack. Will you shoot a 3 or take it to the rack? Basketball is back, Jack. It's a dream shake down in the post, or a killer cross you love the most. When the offense tries to run and gun, is it man-to-man or box and one? It's big plays and talking smack. That's how you know that basketball is back, Jack. Let me hear you say basketball, basketball, basketball. Basketball is back, Jack. 360 dunks and pick and roll. And we're gonna watch it every day till they raise the Larry O. Hard fouls and hook shots. A dagger 3 and hack a shack. If you say this game's the best, I'll say's a gag. Basketball is back, Jack. Basketball is back, Jack. Basketball is back. Basketball is back, Jack.
So the two-time defending champion Panthers win 8-3 on the road, and it's the second story tonight because the team in sports locally that has been a tribute to organizational stability in this market over this century has announced that they've got that feeling that was around the initial Hassan Whiteside where, oh, the Heat have a freak too now. The Heat have an athletic freak now too who is very young and ridiculously athletic. And it's like watching easier alley-oops to Bam when he's around the basket because the Heat have a bona fide big man star in that sport where you're like, ooh, shit, that's athletic. That's more athletic than almost anything I'm watching. To have both of those things happen on the same night, to have Mike Ryan still yelling and howling at the sky at anything University of Miami related, and to have Chris Cody wander in here and say, do you want Booger McFarland talking about Thanksgiving? And I'm like, yeah, I do actually.
Hey, happy Thanksgiving, buddy. I'm going home to Tampa, and I'm looking for some dressing and some ham because Boog don't do turkey, baby.
What else do you have from your lazy Thanksgiving file?
Lazy? That's not lazy.
Lazy
Okay, he's doing a tough
He had to
job.
run a search.
Come on, man.
I have Bill Belichick talking about his favorite side dishes.
Other than football, what's your favorite Thanksgiving side dish?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much everything. There's not much food that I don't like, so. Could we start with dessert?
Sure.
But got to leave room for everything else, so. Yeah. It's great. It's a great holiday. It's a great holiday. Football, family, and football. I mean, football, family, and food, so. Yeah, sign me up.
He forgot the family part.
Football, family, and football. He meant to say football and football and football. What else do you have from your Thanksgiving file of lazy work because you, like everyone else in America, isn't actually working this week?
I have Reese Davis reading a looks like submission for us.
Greg Williams looks like your divorced uncle who brings a call girl to Thanksgiving.
I don't think we're calling them call girls anymore.
Of a time, Dan. Of a time. Relax.
Reese Davis must really regret that.
I don't know how we got any of that sound. That all seems like ESPN sound. None of that sound seems like it's ours. We got that in the negotiations. We got that as part of our library. What else do you have from our majestic Thanksgiving file?
I have former Commanders owner Daniel Snyder wishing everyone a happy Thanksgiving.
First off, happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Okay. All right, so that's sad.
It's a little lazy. Okay, I admit.
I was really worried with like the setup and the former team name. I'm like, Chris.
You heard the silence?
Where's he going? Where's he
It
going?
took me a second to find
he was like,
Commanders.
It's like Wilt Chamberlain yesterday. It's like, it's in there somewhere. Somebody get me the right name.
I have Les Miles talking about favorite part of Thanksgiving. We can get to that later. though.
Can't tell the story of Thanksgiving without them. And I don't mean the Commanders.
Call girl. Like, we're not doing it for
Reese Davis, too.
It's Greg Williams.
If I made a list of people I would at least would want to say that.
Look, I think my father calls them ladies of the night, or I think he graduated at his tawdriest to streetwalker. But call girl, like, that seems like that was out of style. Call girl was like 2 generations ago. It's not okay to say that anymore. That's not what we're calling ladies of the night.
I think it's the most respectful way.
Yeah.
Do you have Les Miles there talking about Thanksgiving?
I am the easiest man to please when it comes to food. I have to be honest. I think it's definitely the turkey with a warm gravy. Maybe it's the last spoon or fork of food on the plate, that has a little bit of salt and pepper and maybe a little bit of the turkey and gravy and some of the stuffing that would be there, and maybe just a smidgen of that cranberry stuff, right? Not like a big, not kind of overwhelm the last bite, but that right there, oh my goodness, right? That last bite's worth a lot. I might add, the turkey sandwich with mayonnaise, mustard, and onions, and a little salad, a little lettuce, kind of makes for good eating later too, doesn't it?
Now, while he makes a tremendous point, not ready to forgive him.
I was just about to forgive him. Are we ready for champion Les Miles to get back in the LSU hunt? Because that one's interesting. I want to get to Lane Kiffin later in the show, but let's bypass the Panthers for a moment and just celebrate what seems to be a Miami Heat team that's going to be relevant all year. They've won 5 straight. Now, you might want to pay attention. Detroit won 13 straight. Like, they've lost twice, and Detroit is really good, but Miami is going to try with style of play, with, I dare say, revolutionary style of play in terms of what they're trying to do pace-wise.
No, it is, because they are on pace right now to set an NBA record for fewest ball screens in league history.
Can you settle a little mystery that I've had with you since yesterday? You texted me yesterday, you have a good team. And then 20 minutes later, I didn't respond to it. You're like, oh, I'm sorry, that text wasn't for you. I was like, there's no way this guy's talking about the Cyclones. Who was that for? Someone with the Heat? Because they have a good team.
It was meant for Mickey Arison. Yes, and Mike Ryan and Mickey Arison are like alphabetically.
So you confuse sports owners. I get it.
Yeah. Your Cyclones. Well, your Cyclones also are
owner friends.
Your Cyclones, representative standard bearers in the market, more first places than not during their tenure.
We don't need to get into it. Been a bit of a dry spell for the Cyclones, but we are the top seed with 2 weeks left to go in the season. But damn, we have a bueno predicament.
Bueno's been out all year. He just came back, and we're starting playoffs now. We've been cooking without him all year.
But we have to work him back into the rotation, and a lot of Fronton rust on Bueno last game. Now, the league has come down and made a ruling. Robin's been such a great replacement for us. They said Robin gets half the playoff matches, and Bueno gets half the playoff matches, which is great if Bueno is in form. But if we're dealing with Rusty Bueno, Dan, we have a good thing going here. It's kind of like Tom Brady and Drew Bledsoe.
I was going to say it's kind of like Tyler Hero, except we learned Tyler Hero is still awesome, and the Heat are going to be better with him.
We learned nothing about Tyler
He
Hero.
fits. He fits the offense.
How can you say that?
That was like the worst offensive performance of the season. And
how about Simone Fontecchio make a shot?
They were 5 of 27 from 3. Like, it had nothing to do with Tyler Hero.
No, Tyler Hero, I looked at the box score. I didn't watch the game. But Tyler Hero seems
sweeping judgment.
He seemed to have had a good game. No. But I also looked at the box score, and I'm like, wow, Tyler Hero really fits in nicely. He helped the team win. And then I see box score, Norm Powell, 0 minutes. I'm like, that's the one.
Well, but I can stop you for just a moment, because it was fun. It was fun going between championship excellence on my televisions, because I wasn't watching 2 games at once. I was toggling between them, and so I'm watching the Panthers throttle.
What a team!
Throttle Nashville. Score 8 goals against Nashville, and I'm watching that. But I'm also watching what has been the standard bearer for sports in this market over 25 years, took the city away from the Dolphins. I'm watching this science lab across the street over here that we all know to be like a bit of a military school for we will sharpen the 10 best players into something and try and change the sport once we get out from what this Jimmy thing was. What you saw from Tyler Hero last night that is most encouraging is the game's going to be made very easy for him this way if you're going to open up the floor that way and have him just be super efficient mid-range when he's killing you in the mid-range. Now, they missed 1 million shots last night. Like that Dallas, they were playing the 3rd time in 4 nights. Dallas stinks.
It was like 0-0 like midway through the first quarter.
Dallas stinks. Wasn't it 8 minutes without
8 minutes,
basket?
It was 0-0.
Both teams started like 0 for 6. Heat were 0 for like 3
I think
from
it was
the free
1
throw.
for 14 combined at one point.
Let's not get lost in the minutia of the following. Okay, yes, you could have lost last night. Clay could have taken the 3 or not passed it up, or you could have lost. You should have lost. You threw the game away at the end, and Dallas just missed those shots at the end, and it would have been a really bad loss at home. But macro on what we're talking about here, they're going after this season with a pace that doesn't have a precedent, that numerically you will see the time spent in the half court. When they run on you, they will wear you down in the 4th quarter. And they have at the center of it, in Khalil Ware, what appears to be a bit of an extraterrestrial. Like, this is Hassan Whiteside if you can sharpen it in the new age of like, oh shit, that's going to block, that's going to wipe glass, that's going to make threes, that's going to dunk on you with easy lobs.
Isn't it also important to remember, though, like when we were seeing these kind of numbers from Hassan Whiteside, Hassan wasn't shooting threes, Kelleher is doing that, but also when Hassan got to the Heat, he was like 26 years old.
Yeah.
And Kelleher's what? 20? Mm-hmm. So that's probably a major difference.
Well, this is a bit of a spaceship is what I'm saying, because I thought Hassan was almost 29. I thought
but spaceship is a good word.
Where's 21?
When you consider they're both a bit dubbed to be astronauts. Let's just put that kindly.
Okay, but so fine.
Don't forget, like, you've had some of that, like, Spo's called Ware out publicly. Like, this guy needs to learn how to be a pro.
And look how he's responded.
So far, so good.
I'll do it. No one else wants to do it. I'm going to look back at Riley, Pat, Jeremy. I'm sorry.
Thank you. Why are you saying so to Jeremy?
We've doubted.
Thank you.
This guy for a couple years. We wanted to get rid of. We wanted Kevin Durant. Get rid of Ware. Get Kevin Durant. Like Jeremy.
Get rid of
I see
Ware.
what you guys saw. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Kevin Durant would look nice in this offense. I know he's dealing with something right now.
No, that
you don't think so?
For who? I'll give him Jovic.
No, it would smother the usage rate. Like, it would look. I'm kind of startled to see this part of it, right? Because I've told you before, we can concede, right?
Hold on. Kevin Durant would smother the usage rate, but Tyler Hero isn't?
That's why I said I'll give him Jovic.
I'm sorry. I'd much rather have Kevin Durant have Tyler Hero's usage rate in this offense than Tyler Hero.
Look, we can discuss this again if you want, because I know that you would have liked to play an all-or-nothing season on whatever is left of Kevin Durant, which might be a push in Houston that makes them a good deal better, because that's an unstoppable player.
Wow. Thank you for opening that door over there. It was going so well for the Pro Heat guys, but I seized on this one.
No, but wait a minute. I want to stop you for a second. I do want to stop you for a second, because can we trust that the people across the street over here, that they know a little bit more about the science of what they're doing than we do?
No.
Yes?
They went 2 seasons wasting a window, and we pounded tables for them to do something. They did something, and now look at them. No, they don't get it. Oh, okay.
You know more than they
do. They threw away the last 2 seasons. Stop it. No, I'm glad that they righted the ship. It would appear, and they're going to be a feisty little 4 seed. That's cool. They need to continue adding.
All right.
That's what this team is.
Just settle down. You haven't watched the game.
You settle down.
You can't even get
the
channel.
Down.
You can't even get the channel.
They lose 2 straight. They're back in the play-in.
Listen
Stop
to me.
it. Stop it. Stop with this victory parade.
You can't even watch the game.
Stop with this victory parade. Like, you guys accomplished something.
Listen.
You're 2 games away from being the 10 seed going to Chicago again. Stop it.
Yes. Well, Milwaukee's not even the 10 seed right now. Boston's at the bottom of the conference. It's 15 games.
You guys sound like losers. Like you did something.
Listen.
You don't even watch the game.
Well, I'll watch when they're doing
the
something.
Channel.
No, you won't.
You don't know how to get it.
Chris explained to me what I have to do.
Get it through Prime.
Hey, I'm a proud DraftKings partner. I seem to be the only one.
You do not and cannot.
I have a block on my screen, top right.
Find the Heat. We are asking you if you're watching these things, because this part I think is going to be annoying to Tony and Jeremy if I'm feeling what they're feeling correctly. Jeremy is someone who loves the Heat, and Tony is someone who loves basketball, just basketball, the art of basketball. To have you come over and not even be able to find the Heat on a channel, so you don't know the enthusiasm that Khalil Ware is actually producing for the fan base, because
he was like the leader last night.
Hey, let me be clear. I know how to find it. I just don't want to support that regional network. But Chris is like, oh, you can support Bezos. I'm like, that's way better. He seems nice.
He was like the leader last night, Khalil. He was barking at dudes. He's swatting shots into 5th row. I mean, would I like him to swallow the shot like Alonzo used to do and not put in the 5th row? Fine, but it still gets that emotion out of Khalil, and that's what I like to see right there.
I think it's time. We redraft 2024.
Dan, Kella Ware should have been the number 1 overall pick in last year's draft.
I might have to push back. I might have to push back.
You don't have to push back.
I might have to push back.
I'm going to save you the time from looking stupid, okay? Because if you have a 7-footer who hits threes and is 20 and 18, that guy is not the number 1 overall pick in the draft.
I might take the rookie of the year from that draft class. I might take the rookie of the year from that draft class.
That draft class,
Stephon
Tony,
Castle.
is hot.
I don't know that guy.
Garbage.
Stephon Castle won the rookie of the year. He's really good. He'd probably go number 1.
I know what team he plays on, but tell Mike.
That sounds like a 2K
He
name.
plays for the Spurs.
Zachary Zachary Risache was number 1. Alex Saar was number 2.
These are not real names.
You're making up names.
You're telling me Kella Ware, you do a redraft, he's not the number 1 overall pick?
He would go number 1 based on names that I've heard of before. That seems to be a really bad draft class.
A 7-footer, historically bad. A 7-footer who gives you 20 and 18 is going number 1 over 6'6" Stephen Castle. Tony, get a clue.
Buddy, if he was good, he would have won Rookie of the Year.
In Zaz's defense,
You're out to lunch.
In Zaz's defense, win share leader and value over replacement player amongst the careers of that draft class thus far, Kella Ware leads in both.
Kella Ware is so much more valuable than Stephen Castle will be. You're out to lunch.
All right, so I've got...
Hey, lunch is here, buddy. Right here, look at me.
Tony?
Right here.
Mediterranean.
Me, you later.
Sounding like a sucker.
I do that to you. You don't do that to me.
We get some of that tabbouleh later.
Tony?
Dan, he called me a sucker. He never calls me a sucker. I call him a sucker.
Tony?
Played yourself.
Tony, I don't know what's happening here, but this is what's just happened, okay? And it has been a crash course in Zaslow because he looked at you and hit you in the face with the dead fish of, are you high? Get a clue. You're out to lunch twice, and then you played yourself. I just saw him dance on your grave.
Ooh. He tried to.
With the finest of the finest of the Zaslow moves.
Well, what is the deal? What Adidas he's got on there? You bought those at Payless.
Whatever, man. Don't get upset that I nailed you. I nailed you with all.
How do you figure Stephon Castle 6'6", great on defense, great scorer?
What is this height?
Come on, what are we doing?
Because a 7-footer is so much
6'6".
more valuable. You're 6'6".
Can we just sit back and appreciate that we were headed someplace informative and substantial when it came to Heat discussion, and then Dan invoked Kevin Durant, and it all went off the rails.
Okay, you took the bait.
Letting me seize on this Heat culture war.
You took the bait because you want to dampen what's happening around the Heat, and you shouldn't. And the Panthers have set the new standard in town, but the Heat have been the standard in this town, and what they've managed to do.
They're back, baby.
In the post-Jimmy Butler, Kevin Durant era of whatever basketball becomes, is they'd like to have a sleeker model of thing, and it can be that. If it's Tyler Hero and Norman Powell, and it's Bam Adebayo, and it's Khalil Ware, wait, are those 4 guys going to figure it out? Because those 4's a lot. Like that seems to be a 4 that would be really athletic and fast, and if they're going to play the pace at that, then you add pieces at the deadline, and then they're playing for the top of the conference because Detroit, what have you ever won?
That's right. Toronto's number 2. Hell out of here.
I'm with you on Toronto. I think they're a bit of a front runner right now. I think Detroit is a real team, though.
That team's good, though.
Second in the East.
Ingram is really good for them. He's another one of these spaceships. Like, he's been underrated because New Orleans swallowed all the things he could have been, and like that's a really good player. Like, if Scotty Barnes is your best player and he's your second best player, that's a really good too.
They're also a bit of a matchup problem for the Heat, in that the Heat's primary, we'll say, A players are guards and big men. Their wings are sort of the question of how much they'll be able to step up, whether that's Andrew Wiggins, whether that's Niko Jovic, even Jaime Jaquez Jr. coming off the bench, and he's not quite the size of those guys in Toronto. That becomes a matchup problem defensively. But he's been great. He's been great. And last night he was kind of sloppy off the bench. Like, their whole team struggled. They were 5 of 27 from 3, and the guy who ultimately saved them offensively at the end and throughout the game booing them was Tyler Hero, coming off an injury, having not played in 17 games. To have that type of timing on the mid-range game that Dan spoke about, floaters, he started 0 for 4. He then hit 12 of his next 14 shots, including the game winner.
If you look across the East, too, like, all the bigs have interesting situations with them. The Heat have 2 great defensive bigs that if that can kind of propel them and the guards and the wings can figure it out, like, that's a top of the conference kind of front line.
Khalil Ware, the most encouraging part isn't just the rebound numbers. Yes, 16 rebounds per game since the text messages back and forth with Udonis Haslem after that Knicks game.
Man, Ben still looks stupid as hell.
But it's also the way he's accumulating blocks. At the beginning of his career, last year and even the beginning of this season, he was chasing blocks, just like Hassan Whiteside, just those same things that we learned. And defensively, they were like, he needs to learn to be a part of a team defensively. Last night, he led the Heat in minutes. When you want to know how the Heat feel about someone, when you want to know how Eric Spoelstra feels about someone, it's ultimately just the minutes they play. And for him to lead,
probably most coaches,
not just Tyler Hero, not just Bam Adebayo, But to have him playing 34 minutes last night, anchoring that defense and not
spitting.
chasing shot blots, it ultimately shows you the type of evolution that he has.
That's a real deep take of when a coach plays a guy a lot, that means he likes him.
It's a different conversation. You can love a prospect, a project, and not play them too many minutes to overexpose them. To have a 21-year-old kid who at the beginning of the year you were sitting for stretches, now anchoring your team and having games like this one on a night where no one was really doing anything.
And you saw there was cheating last night, too, by the referees, where they called that one alley-oop a goaltend
Yeah, that was crazy.
that he caught from Pella. That's cheating,
Okay,
Dan.
but if I can just get you guys to look at the last 20 years through the prism of what the expectations are for this franchise, the starting point now on the conversation, because the conference is open, the starting point on the conversation is, oh, the Heat are going to be interesting again. They're going to make us wonder, oh, what do you trade in the defensive rating when Tyler Hero's getting you those mid-range buckets, but you're trading it on defense because he's a liability there. We know this.
If they had this exact same record right now, playing the same way they played last year, I don't think we'd be this excited. The big news to me
No,
of
we
this
would not.
is the
No.
style. They're the fastest team in the league all of a sudden.
Well, they're going to be interesting is my point. They'll go 5 for 27 every once in a while in threes, and they won't score 140. They'll score 104 at third game in 4 nights. I'm more interested in the fact they're going to make the regular season interesting because where's the soap opera of, okay, do Hero and Norm Powell fit? Oh, whose team is it? Is Khalil Ware going to grow up? Now you start investing in, the personalities, and is this going to be a team I love because they're actually a team, or are they going to fight over the silly shit? Is Bam going to be the all-star?
Is Bam the fourth?
But that's the thing, right? That's where you get excited, and yet still offensive rating and defensive rating. Toronto's better.
Bad box score last night for Bam.
But if it's your fourth guy, you can live with that.
Toronto's better. It's not just that Detroit's better. Toronto is also better, and that's okay because those two teams don't scare you. Those organizations don't scare you because they're going to revolutionize how the Wings play, and they're going to have something that's that Khalil Ware, is he going to grow into a star? We've been saying, the next player has to be better. The next player that Bam and Tyler play with has to be better than them. What if it's Khalil Ware?
I would say that the should have been number 1 overall pick in last year's draft is going to be a star. Yeah.
Well, before the season, if I gave you high-end expectations, and if I tell you Miami's going to reshape the way that they play and they're going to hit a home run with the Powell acquisition, then you're really psyched about what this team could do at the deadline. But the Terry Rozier thing is looming over this franchise, and it's actually a huge pain in the ass.
Is it looming over the franchise?
It is in that they can't, they have a shot in this conference. People are hurt. It's kind of wide open. They have enough capital to go out there and get the next superstar that's a malcontent, and they have a roster spot and a salary that is easy to flip around the deadline that's expiring, and they can't move it.
I get it that Rozier makes a lot, and you're right. It's total bullshit, obviously. And Adam Silver doing nothing per usual. Most overrated commissioner in the history of league sports. And the Heat are sitting here with an asset that they could trade, but who's the guy right now? Are you saying that between now and February someone will pop up?
I assume someone always pops up around the deadline, and I'm just saying this is something that's
Ja would not fit what they're doing.
This is unfair. What the Heat are saddled with right now because they have a piece.
You're right.
It's a strange thing in the NBA where a terrible contract
it's
like
unfair,
that
but I just
has
don't
value.
know. It's unfair, but I don't know that it's holding them back.
But where's the resolution, right? They knew about the situation, and then Miami traded for them, said nothing, and now we have an FBI indictment where now $26 million just kind of out of nowhere.
It wouldn't be Miami if there wasn't an FBI indictment somewhere around everything that's happening here. So Zaslow, just for the record, is out of control.
He's cooking right now.
I mean, but so let's slow the show down. Do your little Thanksgiving.
Might have to do a landman to him, Dan.
I have another looks like read by the legend Bob Lee.
Okay, let's see what that is.
Stephen A. Smith looks like the family member at Thanksgiving that takes personal offense when someone else declares the sweet potato is the best dish over the stuffing.
Back to your show.
How did we get this sound from ESPN? This doesn't seem to be...
How did we get Bob Lee to respond to that email?
You guys have noticed that Zaslow is flying high. He has yelled at Tony, "Are you high?" Get a clue. You're out to lunch twice.
Guy's wrong.
Twice you're out to lunch. Who did you say was looking like a fool? I was having a hard time keeping up. You said, "Oh, yo, Ben Stiller, you look like a fool."
He does.
And you're saying that someone's doing nothing. Oh yes, Adam Silver's doing nothing. I'm having trouble keeping up with you because you're shooting radio shrapnel in every direction.
Yeah, I'm creating a list today. All right, Tony, you're right at the very top. You might be able to work yourself off. I don't know. I can't.
How about we
predict
keep
the
Adam
future.
Silver at the top of the list? How about that? Let's keep the main thing right now.
Ben Stiller, Adam Silver for sure. Yes, I'm crafting a list on today's show.
Okay, but Tony's got an objection to Zaz in general, and I need to get to UM stuff here because I know Mike is annoying, but he's got some.
What's going on with him?
He's got some good points, and I really do love that Miami as a conversation piece. It exists in sports teams. This Miami team exists to be the conversation piece that gets people arguing, which makes all of this stuff work. As long as you care and you're going to get outraged about the 13th team, then they'll go to 24 in a couple of years so Mike can get into the playoffs every year and shut up for a while.
I'd like to go to the playoff every year. I'd like to go to Charlotte. Look,
That'd be cute.
We lost the dumb one. I'm sorry. We shouldn't have lost that game. The bummer about it was that we were all screaming saying, "Hey, you're going to lose a dumb one if you keep this going," and they did. But Miami's learned from that. And Miami's a different team today. And I think there's a lot of groupthink. And the question that is being asked by most morons is, what would happen if the two teams played today, Miami and Notre Dame? Allow me to tell you what would happen, because I went back and I watched that game between Miami and Notre Dame. That was a physical line of scrimmage beatdown. There was meat on the bone for Miami. Miami was very, very close to making that a 21-point game in the fourth quarter.
It was a 3-point game.
I understand where it finished. And the way that Notre Dame climbed back into that game and made the final score look better than how the game actually played out was Miami got penalties and Miami ran predictable A-gap offense.
Yep.
Miami has since learned from that. Notre Dame's not the only team that is different from that game. Miami has improved and learned from SMU. What would happen if Notre Dame played Miami today? What would happen if Miami played Louisville today? What would happen if Miami played SMU today? We can do this all day, but I can tell you what would happen if Miami played Notre Dame.
You could do this all day.
I would. I have in my group chats. I do.
And on Twitter.
I
On
just
Wednesdays,
texted,
on Wednesday
does anybody know an AP voter? You should be working them. And the coaches, more on that in a second. But Miami would beat up Notre Dame, and I think it would look worse. You've heard every excuse in the book for why Notre Dame performed that way week one. This is our quarterback's first start. Okay, he was the best player on that team. You got a Heisman sexy hot pick that got 10 carries, and he finished for 33 yards in that game. C.J. Carr wasn't the problem. C.J. Carr was pretty freaking awesome in that game. Oh, we had a new DC. So did we. Miami had a new defensive coordinator, and that's absent from the discussion. You're the only team that's allowed to have a new DC. The game was 27-24. I feel like there were more points on the board for Miami to score than there were for Notre Dame. I think Miami's defense is even better than they were week one against Notre Dame. So, yeah, spot the ball and let's play that game.
So what's your big question?
My question right now is, why isn't the rest of the nation seeing this? That Miami is a damn good team. That you look at the teams ahead of Miami, and if you spot the ball in the middle of that field, Miami can win these games. Miami's not getting outmatched when it comes to talent. Miami beat themselves in their 2 losses. Miami, with a team like that, that's built the way they are along the line of scrimmage, they are not getting blown out in a game. There's a lot of teams in that top 12 that I'm looking at. I'm like, they don't have a snowball's chance in hell.
That's your question?
Miami's not one of those teams.
That's your question?
Don't the results matter?
The results should matter.
Isn't that what your argument has been?
The results should.
So it doesn't matter if they beat themselves. They lost the games.
I understand.
That's your question, though?
Yes.
Okay, because my question is, would every GM in the NBA, or definitely every GM in the NBA, take Kello Ware over Stephen Castle?
All right, but I don't know what's happening around here when Mike has now invoked snowball's chance in hell. Like, not a snowball.
It's a bummer.
Miami's a bad chance.
Miami's going to go 21-4 over their last 2 seasons and be shut out. Now, last year, I did the propaganda thing a little late. They blew a 21-point lead at Syracuse. They were a flawed team. We got what we deserved last year.
You can admit they'd cancel the NBA season if the Spurs took Kello Ware over Stephen Castle and you had Ware and Wemby.
It'd be over.
They cancel the season, right?
I agree.
You understand? Tony, you understand that, right?
No.
Or are you still out to lunch?
No.
You might still be out to lunch.
What does that mean as an insult? Out to lunch.
That means I'm not here, Dan, but I'm here.
Chris,
10 toes down.
Chris, I need to slow the show down because sports arguments keep breaking out. I need you to
I'm standing. He's sitting, by the way.
Throw some Thanksgiving stuff in here.
I'm allowed comfort.
I also have to keep Tony off of Zaslow because Tony is disgusted by the way that Zaslow represented ESPN in Madison.
What? Why?
This
What
guy,
happened?
look at him. Look at him.
What?
Just
What?
look at
Yeah.
him. Put the camera on him.
Look
Put
at
the
me.
camera on him right now. Put the camera on
Ah,
him.
look at that.
Please.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Like, you have stuff. You have money to go and purchase things, and you go purchase that?
Yo, don't pocket watch me.
I'm not pocket watching you. I'm just looking at you and saying like,
I'm very pleased with the way I look there. Are you kidding me? I got a nice ESPN radio hoodie.
It was free.
And I'm not dressed like an Eskimo like the girls.
It was 20.
Whoa.
Hey, it was 20
We
degrees.
can say that. No, we can say that.
Play
again.
on.
We can say that again.
It was 20 degrees, and
It
you're
was.
not. How
Can't say
freezing were you?
indigenous person.
How cold were you? That 20 degrees and windy, I'm sure.
Yeah, and I'm doing the
Those
show
shoes.
outside for 3 hours.
Those shoes
In like regular socks. In
Yeah,
regular
yeah.
socks. In 20.
And I didn't bring my long johns either. I should have.
All right,
Dan, I look
look,
good in long
look,
johns.
Wait a minute.
Think of where we are as a society, where you tell your daughter, "Give me an indigenous person kiss."
An Eskimo kiss. They're nice.
Zaslow was dressed
You
in
look good in long johns. Don't they go under
Tony-
your clothes?
Oh, I look good.
Tony-
Well, but before I put the clothes on.
He's got himself looking in the
Wait,
mirror
baby.
in long johns, being like,
Look,
"Yeah, this is it."
Look, but if
Honey.
okay.
Let me FaceTime you.
Look, can I just tell? Can
I've
I
done
just?
that.
Indigenous person kiss.
Tony, if he were on the road with ESPN representing the height
It's a
of
classy picture.
college
Mint coat in Vegas.
audio. Okay, so
You heard that,
yeah.
Zaz? Mink coat. You didn't even know what a mink is,
All right,
buddy.
so-
You look like Tyler Durden.
All right, listen. To
I don't know
me.
who that is.
That's
Slow it
fight,
down, Dan.
It's Fight Club.
That's
Yeah,
because you're a movie sucker.
You haven't even seen Dodgeball, buddy. What are you talking about?
down!
Everybody Fight Club.
Yes, I have. I just didn't know the name.
You know, Fight Club was the second date I had with my wife.
Nobody cares.
We watched Fight Club together.
Stay focused. Mint coat.
Thank you, Chris. Get the Thanksgiving ready for me,
It was
please.
chinchilla, by the way,
I'm
not
go-
mink.
Listen to me. Listen to me. Chris, grab a hold of the show and grab a hold of the Thanksgiving thing
do your job.
so that I can have a tether to if Tony were allowed to represent ESPN's audio coverage of King's Sport on Saturdays, Tony would be dressed far differently headed to Madison, Wisconsin than Zaz is as he throws on a hoodie, does morning windy radio, freezing his ass off, can't possibly do the show well or looking good because it's too cold because it's winter in Madison.
It's going to be inside, but he looks like Gino Fuentes. So Gino Fuentes wears every single day to be back there.
I'm very pleased with how I look there. I am representing South Florida with that look right there. And how dare you assume that I didn't do a great show? I roll out of bed, I knock it out of the park.
You were cold. You sounded cold.
We hear your teeth on the
You
broadcast.
sounded cold. You were. You're going to deny? Are you going to deny that you toughed?
Remember, what do you think?
That you toughed through the broadcast, but it sounded like you were outdoors and that you were cold.
I had no gloves.
It's a morning. In
Who goes to Madison with no
I had
gloves?
no gloves. Were you able to hear
It's-
me rubbing the hand warmers together during the show?
Zaslow, listen to me. This is the work of an amateur. He did this last season. You cannot go into a winter in Madison. The way that team plays football and not expect a bone chill through your bones in late
I
November.
think it's still autumn.
We said it was going to be 40 degrees. I think it's 20 and windy, and I think I could hear how cold Zaslow was on the radio, and only the radio professional in him was
That's
able
right.
to tough it out.
Persevere.
I dare say that Zaslow has never worked in worse conditions. Have you?
It was rough. It was rough.
You know you could put another jacket on top of the sweater, right?
Whatever,
you could
man.
throw another jacket
Whatever,
on
I didn't pack
and then
another
be
one.
warm.
You
But
never
you-
did one of those remotes from Tire Kingdom?
Zaslow.
I did. I was with the ticket chicks.
Guys, wait a minute. Come on. Can we just marvel at this?
Ticket people. Sorry, Jeremy.
Can we marvel at this adult toddler? Look, you tell me if this happens year one, game one. Okay, I understand. He did this last year. He had time to.
This is how you're supposed to dress, Dan, right there.
You want me to
Imagine
dress
me
like
saying
that?
ESPN radio.
Tyler Durden looking ass.
That's a suit, okay, with a chinchilla on top,
Zazzle
buddy.
has to do this as a punishment.
Tony, if you were given this
That's a
opportunity-
cigar
if
right
you-
there, Zaz.
If you were given this opportunity, Tony, you command Saturday's airwaves on, I don't know how many, 300 channels?
That's right.
Yeah, I would be dressed just like that, making things happen, dressing for the occasion. I'd be like Walt Frazier out there, okay?
Good reference by the
Thank
young
you.
fella.
And you with one jacket on, freezing your ass off, Chief Tatter.
Was it a jacket? It was a hood sweater.
Freezing. You.
Would you be
dummy.
willing to concede that you've never sounded colder on the air?
It doesn't. I wasn't that cold actually.
I heard your teeth.
And it doesn't even matter. They didn't have a cold. I control my own blood. I was fine.
Mike, do you want to just know how it is that you sound talking about the University of Miami? I just
How
want
my tone was good.
Okay, no, your tone. I agree.
The question that I wanted to ask is like, do you think Notre Dame would beat Miami if they played today? Because I don't.
Mike, I did think your tone was good. I thought your argument was good. I didn't think there was a lot of room for Jeremy to have rebuttals. He did have some rebuttals I would have liked to have heard, but he couldn't quite get in over this.
So did we.
So
did we.
Again, good tone.
So did we. All right, the tone got away from me there, but
that's the only way.
I felt like I'm presenting a compelling argument.
So did we.
I've got to be honest right now. I am a little bit lightheaded because I just got to sit next to what I believe to be 20 years of radio excellence in this market, where Zaslow, I don't know, his wings, his feathers came out, and he hit Tony with "You're high."
So did we.
You're out to lunch.
So did we.
Get a clue.
So did we.
You played yourself.
So did we.
Didn't.
Yo, Ben Stiller looking like a fool.
So did we.
Adam Silver doing nothing.
So did we.
I close on that.
That was opera.
So did we.
That was Zaslow opera as Mike's yelling, "Snowball's chance in hell."
So did we. No one's answered my question. Let me try this again. So did we.
What was the question? Because there was a long.
Yeah, it was. It was a Dan Le Batard type question.
Dan
I get it. It was a Dan Sell question. If Notre Dame and Miami played today, who do you think wins? So did we. Who do you think wins?
Where's the game?
Neutral field.
Notre Dame's favored by 4.5.
If it's in Miami, we know who's winning that game because Notre Dame hasn't won since 1988.
I think Notre Dame, with the way they've looked, each team's looked the last month, Notre Dame on a neutral field definitely favored.
Because Notre Dame won against Syracuse 70-7?
Yeah.
Because they've
won 9 in a row.
I think even Mike would admit, game by game, they've looked better the last month.
I would admit Notre Dame would be favored against Miami, and I would also admit Notre Dame was favored when they played Miami week 1, and it didn't matter. They got controlled.
3 points.
This really isn't that complicated after that, though, and I will continue to remind you guys that the whole point of this is Miami being interesting, and so we'll talk about it for a month because it's good to put them side by side and be like, what are you talking about?
So did we. No one wanted to answer the question.
But the fact of the matter is, on the way that Notre Dame is ranked, it's just basically that since they lost twice, they haven't been chested. Like, they've looked like they're getting better. Their offense is stronger.
They were tested against Boston College.
They're not playing close games. They're not.
They're not playing good teams.
No, that's correct. But they're not being.
They don't have a Louisville on their schedule. They don't have an SMU.
Yes, if they were playing Louisville and SMU back-to-back, perhaps they would have lost 2. They are not. But they are not playing close games, and Miami lost 2 of the games.
So did we.
And that's how you've sounded for a month, and it's only going to get worse, and people are going to dislike Miami, and Miami's going to enjoy being disliked, and we're going to argue for a month, and the whole point of it is to entertain the content machine.
Right, and I hate where we are, where it's just a Miami-Notre Dame conversation. Again, I think Notre Dame is a good team. I think they deserve to be in the playoffs. So do we. So did we. We're one of the best teams in the nation. And I think what you're having is a lot of confirmation bias because Miami was underranked to start the season, and people pointed to Miami shooting themselves in the foot and saying that's who Miami's team is, and they haven't checked back in. If Notre Dame gets to be a different team after their losses, why isn't that afforded to Miami? We've played 4 games. It's a quarter of the season since Miami played that game against SMU. You've watched Miami every week. Miami does look different from that game. Miami is doing different things since that game. Miami has navigated injuries since that game. Miami is one of the best teams in the nation. If Miami gets into that tournament, they have a legitimate shot to beat whoever lines up in front of them. And I think the discourse, and I'm partly to blame here, is just solely about Miami and Notre Dame. When the fact is, Miami deserves to be in that tournament on merit.
Is anyone else tired of this as subject matter?
I just love that it's partly to blame when the person who centered the entire thing around the one game of which Miami dominated Notre Dame for a 3-point win. I'm sure we can find the word dominated in there somewhere.
Because what's going to happen is the rankings are going to come out today, and Miami is once again going to be on the outside looking in. I'm going to be looking at incredible multiple scenarios inside the ACC, trying to figure out how I can get into this tournament with my 23% FPI college football playoff predictor chances, and that is a plight that is on me and not on Notre Dame as they're sitting comfy at 73% when they lost the effing game.
Maybe score 70 points and win 9 games in a row. And don't lose 2 games out of 3 weeks.
But what are you talking about? Miami Notre Dame lost 2 in a row. I heard this on Kirk Herbstreit and Joey Galloway's. What do you say? Well, Joey Galloway, don't take anything that guy says seriously because he's just a shit stirrer.
Fastest guy in the league.
He's just a shit stirrer.
But how did that happen? That happened on.
This is always who he is.
Is that an Ohio State thing?
He's just a shit stirrer.
Joey
it's a character
Galloway.
trait. And he said, well, Miami lost 2 games in 3 weeks. I'm like, hold up. Wait a second. That's the argument? Because Notre Dame lost 2 in 2 weeks. What are we doing? And then, Kirk Herbstreit made the point, those games were close. There has to be a punitive measure. Miami beat themselves in this game. So now the losses being close hurts Miami. What are we doing? BYU lost a game by more points than Miami's lost their last 3 games combined. Miami is a really good team. They don't get beat up. No one has Miami's number and kicks their ass. That's not something that's happened to Miami this season. Miami's kicked a lot of ass. Miami's dished out dominations. I wish the score would reflect the point to the extent that we kicked that ass against Florida and FSU and Notre Dame. We don't have the style points. Now we're going for style points, and it's a terrible way to watch a game. Miami's one of the best teams in the nation. They deserve to be in the college football playoff. Everyone's subscribing to groupthink, and it's bullshit.
Okay, forget about BYU. All right, number 11 and number 12 are going to be the ACC champion and the Big 12 and the Big 12 champion, or maybe some combination of the group of 5 champion. The only way for Miami to get into the college football playoff is if they're in instead of Notre Dame, right? Like, both can't get in.
Which is a shame, because I think both...
No, so you're confirming that. Like, I'm asking you, essentially.
Yeah, I think right now the most likely scenario... I think the most likely scenario, if you look at FPI, what the committee is telling you, the most likely scenario here is that Miami is going to be left on the outside.
Yeah.
And Notre Dame is going to be in.
Yeah.
Kirk Herbstreit asked the question, at what point does head-to-head cease to matter? And I've heard Kirk Herbstreit's podcast for several weeks.
What do you say?
He's often said that if Miami finishes 10-2, then head-to-head should matter. And it's a bet. What's happening here is everyone assumed Miami would pack it in after they lost to SMU. And Miami is annoying the hell out of this committee by winning all these games and forcing them to have this conversation. I'm curious to see what they do with Vanderbilt. Does Vanderbilt find its way ahead of Miami so they can avoid this tier thing that they keep telling us about?
I'm so done with you, Missouri.
So did we.
I will never believe in you again, Missouri. Never again.
So did we. You guys are leaving me on an island here, and there's not enough people saying, yo, Miami is really friggin' good. Miami deserves to be in this college football playoff.
You're making the argument well enough, and I believe most people watching the games would say there are 3 or 4 teams in the country that would be favored against Miami. Texas Tech, Texas A&M. There are very few teams, if I put them right now on a field and said it's one game for everything, that are going to be favored by a great deal over Miami.
I think they smoked Texas Tech. I think there's a great deal of teams that we smoke.
Well, Georgia probably on reputation.
You didn't smoke Virginia Tech.
That's right.
Yeah, you did. I mean, did you watch the game?
It was a 10-point game late in the fourth.
It was a bullshit game.
Didn't cover.
I'm just saying, you're saying smoke them.
Like, we smoked. Our win probability never went below 92%. Yeah, we kicked their ass. We kicked. We went into Blacksburg and we kicked their ass.
All right,
now we like those ESPN
This is
metrics.
where we are with this, though. It's Snowball's chance in hell over here, and we kicked that ass. And he's getting emotional because he wants to be one of the 12 teams.
I'm getting frustrated because no one's answering my question. No one.
What was the question? To be honest, what was the question?
Does Miami deserve to be in the college football playoff?
That wasn't the question. The question was who would win between them and Notre Dame.
No one answered that. So let me try this a different way. Does Miami deserve to be in the college football playoff?
Yes.
Dan, would you like to take a stab?
Sure.
They should have won all their games. Teams that win all their games should probably make it.
They didn't. There's 4 teams that have won all their games. Now there's a cluster of 10-2 teams, and Miami is the best win out of them.
This is the discussion. Look, man. I think
the worst losses, though?
Okay, but
no. FSU beat Alabama. That doesn't stick to them.
It's true.
Miami's got a rank. SMU better be ranked today. Miami's got a rank loss.
Yeah, but we can't do the whole, same opponent and who beat that same opponent better for Miami and Alabama, right?
No, we've decided that we're not going to do that, and the Alabama FSU result doesn't matter.
Can I get you, is there a way to quiet this storm somehow, publicly, privately, every kind of way, by just conceding to you that everyone listening to this would probably tell you, yeah, I think Miami is one of the 12 best teams in the country. And then everything after that is just arguing about the 10 slots, the 8 slots for the other 2 lost teams, as we know. Oh, Texas isn't that good. Oh, Oklahoma's not that good. Oh, Georgia Tech's not that good. That among these 2 lost teams, yeah, Miami's probably probably the best of the 6 2-loss teams.
If I remove the brands from this, no one's okay with the scenario in which 2 teams are in the college football playoff precipice, Notre Dame in, Miami out, but 2 10-2 teams, and the tiebreaker usually is head-to-head, and they're not taking that into account.
Jeremy, how is that a losing argument?
It's not a losing argument. I just think we've seen it before. Like, it doesn't surprise me with the college football playoff when we see that they're including head-to-head as a factor it's not the only factor. And maybe it should be when you get to the end of the season and these teams are sitting at the same record. But they've had different schedules. They play different teams. This isn't the NFL where you're playing all of the same teams against each other.
Though.
No, there are a ton of similar opponents. And if these were two simply just ACC teams, maybe we're having a different conversation. But we're not. Like, this has been the case with the college football playoff for years. And Mike, it's why I support you and why, Dan, you should follow your own precedent that you set from 2017, which is if a team that deserves to be in the college football playoff is excluded by ESPN and the conglomerate of people keeping them out purely for biased perspectives, you should crown Miami national champions.
The committee has an incredible chance ahead of them tonight to come out, put Miami in, leave Notre Dame out. Tonight, though.
Just to get the juices flowing.
Just to get the juices flowing. Just to get people riled up before Thanksgiving.
My juices are flowing.
I alluded to, like, why does Notre Dame get to sit comfy on Thanksgiving at 73% while I'm living and dying at 23? You would have thought that head-to-head matchup would have at least afforded me that. But they're in the catbird seat, and I don't get it.
The committee puts their hat on that hat rack, all the white hats that they got literally 3 seconds before that video. They say, look,
dude,
we'll put Miami in. Let's just have some fun.
I can't even stand up right now.
They're mailing it in too, Dan. Chris is mailing it in. I'm not, obviously. But everybody else in America is mailing it in. The college football committee says, hey, you know what? Put Miami in. Let's have some fun
This is the
weekend.
problem I'm having around here, okay, is that Jeremy, as all you guys are talking, is saying to me, do you know that Norman Powell is second only to SGA in points per isolation?
That's right. That's some good company. SGA, Norman Powell.
It's not what we were talking about.
Doesn't matter.
And what Mike is doing is he's making a good but tedious argument.
So did we.
And I don't think you're wrong. And I think the point is to have you arguing, and you're just raising the stakes on what that Pittsburgh game will be, because you're dying for the feeling of the last 2 years where you're snorting the edge of the earth because you're very close to the championship. If you get to the playoffs, your team is ascending. Mario Cristobal is clearly climbing. If he's getting better every year and you can get blown out in your sport like James Franklin just did, like if that's the stakes on we're going to pay these guys $90 million with $50 million buyouts, Mario Cristobal's trajectory the last couple of years has been up. His last team was flawed, but wonderful offensively, wonderful to watch. But you didn't believe in it the way you believe in this one, being physical, being fast, side to side on defense, having a lot of ways to beat you. You believe in a playoff. This is your best chance to win a championship. Like, this is the best chance you've had in how many years?
Yeah, no, this is the best team that we've had since turn of the century. You know, you remember when we asked about Ichiro's contract and David Sampson was just like, it can't be. It simply can't be. And if Miami handles business at Pittsburgh and they finish this season at
Do they have to beat him better than Notre Dame did?
I don't understand that point when the head coach said, and has since apologized for, like, Notre Dame doesn't matter. When asked about the Notre Dame game, he said the Miami game. Like, it was just weird. This is a conference game. Pittsburgh is playing for a chance to get into the conference championship game. There's a totally different scenario. And I'm glad Lou Riddick and Chucklefuck have an opportunity to correct their wrongs.
You know the committee doesn't care.
You know what?
No. But what I'm saying about it can't be is Miami is 10-2, Notre Dame is 10-2. They both played. Miami beat Notre Dame. Miami gets shut out of the college football playoff. Notre Dame's best win is against a middling USC team. I could even understand potentially, slightly, if Notre Dame stacked these crazy wins. They went to Athens and beat Georgia. I'm like, all right, that's impressive. But they don't. They don't have great wins. So why are you shutting Miami out? What happened on the field has to matter. I think if we told anybody at the beginning of the season that this scenario was possible, they'd all be like, that's bullshit. That's not football. That's not right. One team won, one team lost. The team that won should be rewarded, not penalized.
We can all agree if there was an NIT, they'd be a 1 seed.
Oh, yeah.
All right, look, this is the part that's pissing me off, okay? Because the way that he's getting here is a bit disrespectful on a couple of fronts. And I'm surprised you're not offended on Bob Wischusen's behalf. When Mike sideswipes local legend Bob Wischusen,
Chucklefuck,
hits Bob Wischusen is one of the top 10 broadcasters to come out of South Florida over Mike's tenure. For him to dismiss him with a chucklefuck while also sideswiping, I don't know where Joey Galloway works right now, but
ESPN.
Okay, so your colleague,
your
colleague,
that's my coworker.
Your Joey Galloway with calling him whatever he is, whatever you were calling him, a shitster.
You're choosing sides? You're choosing ESPN over us? Is that what you're doing?
No, well, I'm choosing respect.
You
If you know anything about me, you know I'm a man of respect.
What about this man right here?
I respect him
me?
too.
You don't respect him,
He
obviously.
didn't say anything bad about me.
Look, Bob Wischusen, I consider him a friend. So much
He's
so
in the
that
hockey chat.
he is saved in my phone as Chucklefuck.
You are
look.
What is a chuckle
You're
fuck?
going to allege this is a term
Him
of
going after Bob, like they're
a
friends.
term of endearment. You're calling Bob Wischusen publicly. Hold on a second.
Is that what he saved
Wait
as,
a
Tony?
minute.
That's what he saved as. Bob
So
Wischusen,
wait a minute.
chuckle fuck.
Hold on. I didn't know you had this relationship with local legend and I don't know if I can
Former Bookshambi roommate.
Look, Bob Wischusen, I would say, is one of the great prodigies to come through this town. You're reducing him to chuckle fuck because he's stuck with Miami, Virginia Tech, while everyone else has the good games. Chuckle fuck is disrespectful.
Yeah, I understand.
Why are you doing
He
that to him?
disrespected me
It's
by
not-
perpetuating this narrative. I don't know who from the CFP committee got in their ear and said, hey, if Miami doesn't win this game by 40 points and you don't set that tone early, it's a disaster for them. And they just went along with this narrative, and it was a horrible way to watch a game. And since then, Lou Riddick has been overcompensating, saying, head-to-head matters. To me, Miami should be in. I'm like, that would have been nice to hear. Guess what, Lou Riddick and Chucklefuck? You get an opportunity this weekend to fix that.
Sounds like he's saying Bob and Lou Riddick did not hang their hat when they walked into that broadcast booth.
No, they were pawns. And I alerted Bob Wischusen to, hey, Bob, you're being used here. So shape up.
How many people are you going to call out? Lou Riddick has now been called out, and shit stirrer Joey Galloway. Does he have a reputation as
Jordan
a shit stirrer?
McPherson, AP voter.
What do you say?
That ranked Miami behind Notre Dame as a Miami Herald writer.
Wow,
the hell you doing, pal?
How dare you call
There-
out Jordan
there-
McPherson?
there've been
That's a kind man.
Look, there's a huge problem here with the AP and the coaches poll because I know what they do. They look at last week's rankings and they look at the box scores and then like a little thing here, a little thing there.
That's what they do?
Every voter is being asked an existential question about football, and they should take that responsibility seriously. The fact that only 4 AP voters have Miami over Notre Dame when they have the same record, played on a football field, and Miami won is criminal.
Okay.
There is a
Criminal is too
there is
far.
a war on football,
Criminal
and
is
you
too
as an
far.
AP voter and a coach, there isn't a coach on God's green earth that would be okay with this. They're all subscribing to this groupthink. There is a war on football. Stand your ground and vote with your heart. Vote for what's right. Vote for what happens on the field.
Go on.
Because games matter. Don't talk to me about who would be favored. They play the games for a reason.
Going after Jordan McPherson.
Mike, you are continuing.
I guarantee you he's fixing that next week. I guarantee you he is. If Miami wins and doesn't fall on their face
This
in
guy,
November like
this
they
is
usually
who we're
do.
Kind
going
man.
after. This is who we're going
He
after.
better.
as
This
a
guy's
show.
awesome.
He better.
I love
He
Jordan.
better. Jordan.
This is-
Jordan.
Okay.
If you do this shit again, if Miami goes into Pittsburgh at noon with Lou Riddick and Chucklefuck on the broadcast,
again
and they
with
take care
Chucklefuck.
of business, you need to do the right thing. And let me tell you, the right thing is
on.
overcompensating and putting Miami at number fucking 4. So did
Mike,
we.
I need you to stop cursing.
I think my tone was good there. So did we.
This is the problem with what's happening right here, okay? You are unhinged. You're out to sea. I can't do this for a month.
No one's watched Miami since they lost.
Mike,
I checked in the fourth quarter to see the score.
Mike,
You told us not to, by the way.
Mike, I'm just telling
did
you
we.
that while you're shouting at everyone in America about this because you care about this program and you care about this championship chance, I've got Jeremy. Now he's moved off of Norm Powell stats in isolation, and he's asking me for the descriptor on the show. Is Chucklefuck one word or two?
I think it's two.
It's 2.
It's
First
2?
name Chuckle, last name Fuck.
Okay.
It's
Do
disrespectful.
PH though for you know.
It's disrespectful. Like Zaslow, I have rarely heard in our market someone of Bob Wischusen's pedigree being taken down by a similar colleague, peer of good repute in the industry. To dismiss the other one as Chucklefuck is as disrespectful a thing. Mike, don't play the innocent here as if you don't know who you're coming after.
Don't talk to me like I didn't take this complaint directly to Bob Wischusen.
You would say it to Chuckle's
And
face.
what do you say?
I did. You were in
What'd
the
he
group
say?
chat.
Well, I don't-
You were in the group chat.
I don't
Do we
see
need to
everything.
get-
You were in the group chat.
Do we
I know,
need to
but
get-
It's hard to keep
I
up with
added
those
him.
group chats.
At Chucklefuck.
Do we need to get Wischusen on? He's a local legend, Mike, and you're being disrespectful. And
I'm
you
not being disrespectful.
How
It's disrespectful.
Mike,
How?
Mike,
He was disrespectful to my program.
Mike, no one would say Chucklefuck is respectful. No one would say that. No one. That makes it disrespectful.
He's a pawn in the CFP committee's game. He went with this ridiculous narrative.
Him and Lou Riddick.
Yes, both of them.
Co-conspirators.
Co-conspirators.
With Joey Galloway, that shit sir.
He's a shit sir. He's a different. Put him off to the side. No one can take Joey Galloway seriously. Don't. Listen, I've been in this game for 20 years. Don't take a word that guy says seriously.
Put it on the poll.
I've heard that.
Put it on the poll. What?
Yeah, I've heard that.
That's your colleague.
Yeah, he doesn't have any conviction. He
That's
just
your
moves on from
colleague.
argument to argument.
I'm just saying what I've heard.
He moves on from
Not my
argument to
opinion.
argument.
I've heard that.
That's your colleague.
Did you watch the next game that he did?
But
He's
I've
like, head-to-head
heard
has to
that.
matter.
I've heard that. I literally just heard it.
We're
I've heard
efforting
that.
for Bob.
You're saying that Lou Riddick. Well, we should talk to Lou Riddick too. If you're saying they're co-conspirators, Chuckle fucking Lou.
I don't know Lou like that. I do know Chuckle fuck like that.
So did we.
You guys are trying to work me up. When I came in here, I'm like, I'm going to be.
You're not worked up yet?
We're trying to work you. We're trying to work you up.
We're getting there.
There is a criminal enterprise that is operating right under your noses, and you're all just like, all right, this is cool.
Been here for 8 years,
Everything that we learned about football, about results mattering, head-to-head mattering, I guess let's throw that out the window because they lit up Fran Brown.
Yeah,
Now I know why Fran Brown obsesses over quitting so much.
Stinky Fran
Because
Brown.
his team quits on his ass.
Okay, 70-7. That was bad. They played their third-string quarterback at home against North Carolina. Look, some of these teams are breaking. Louisville is not the same team now when they get injured.
They lost 2 Browns.
No, so at the end of the season, Miami's thing is formidable. We all know this. I just need you to settle down on this front. You're cursing too much.
Yes.
There are too many curses in this segment.
I'm sorry.
And now I think Chris Cody is hearing curses in places that they don't exist. This was an argument before the show that we had about Creighton. You're going to have to describe this play to the audience here, but I think Chris Cody made an editing mistake because I think he bleeped something that was not meant to be bleeped here as an official tries to, or an announcer goes crazy because of what, a blocking call?
Yes, Creighton is on defense, and this guy comes up for a crazy dunk, and they call a foul, where if you watch the play, there's hardly any contact, but this broadcaster, his name is John Bishop. It was Creighton versus Baylor. John Bishop loses his mind when there's a call, and we'll relive this bleep after, but I don't want to play the whole thing because it's great sound.
Carr into the paint, missed the dunk, and a foul. What are you talking about? That was 2 seconds after the play ended. Carr driving. He's outside the circle. He's outside the circle and he's set. He was outside the circle and he was set. Brett Smith blew it. He was outside the restricted area. He was straight up and down. He was set like the statue sitting out in front of New York, and they called that. That's an absolutely horse crap call in a game that's been played out like this. Unbelievable bailout call by an incompetent referee. And ball don't lie.
And then he missed the free throw. Ball don't lie.
Do you guys remember Don West from QVC when he would open up a sporting pack and be like, look, Juan Gonzalez? That sounds just like the late Don West.
So when I heard this first call, I heard it unbleeped. I'm convinced. I'm going to play now.
Like, you're telling me you think that announcer right there, it's a television radio?
It's a radio, but I'm going to replay
Whatever.
it with the bleep.
You're telling me
into the paint, missed the dunk, and a foul. What are you talking about?
There's no way.
I wish he
An
had.
effing foul?
All right, let me play now.
A professional play-by-play man into a microphone, you think shouted out an effing foul.
Now, luckily, we have a team around here because before the show, I bleeped it, and then I found out from our team, they're like, hey, he doesn't say the F word. He says blocking foul. Blocking, blinking, those are similar. Let's replay it now without the bleep.
You decided to bleep this.
I listened to it multiple times, and I thought I heard the F word.
It's so much better with the bleep than it is without it. A blocking foul is one form of outrage.
You listen for yourself. Tell me what you hear.
No, but not only listen for yourself, know that the volume he comes at this expects the second syllable to be fucking.
Referee. Carr into the paint, missed the dunk, and a blocking foul. What are you talking about?
Tiene pinta.
It's very clearly blocking.
I don't know how you missed that.
And a blocking foul. What are you
You guys have the ability to know before what the controversy was. If you're just listening to this the first time, I'm telling you, I thought it was
No,
the
I think we have the ability to know that it's a crazy thing for a play-by-play guy.
That's why I thought it was great
shout
sound.
A effing foul.
Play it one more time, but throw up the image of Dandy Don West in the background, even though that's not Dandy Don West. Look at Dandy Don West.
And a fucking foul!
Look,
What are you?
do you realize, guys, how much greater the games would be if you could just let it fly like that in your second syllable? Hey, bleeping foul! It's so much better that way.
My mistake. Hand up.
But
that's me working hard. You say I'm Thanksgiving week,
doing
mailing it
extra
in.
work,
That is
Dan.
me going above and
do
beyond.
you have any other Thanksgiving things to sprinkle over the laziness of nobody's working this week?
I have rapper Plies talking about his ideal Thanksgiving menu.
It's my favorite time of the motherfucking year. I'm finna make my motherfucking menu for Thanksgiving. We're gonna start off with the motherfucking meats. I want me a deep fried motherfucking turkey. I'm talking about a peanut or a turkey. I'm talking about you got to season that motherfucker 2-3 days in advance. Shoot them with that motherfucking Cajun butter. Skirt all in the neck, all in the breast. Skirt all in the motherfucking thigh. Skirt all in the motherfucking wing. Skirt. Hit him all over with that Cajun butter. Skirt. Then I want a motherfucking honey baked ham. I'm talking about glaze and shine that motherfucker with all that motherfucker sugar, all that motherfucker. Ooh. And I want me a motherfucker tuck in the oven, slow bake tuck it on 250. I'm talking about bake that motherfucker all night, fall asleep, cooking that motherfucker. Then you wake up in the morning, that motherfucker so tender. Gobble, gobble.
I gotta have that food.
That sounds.
That's the type of care. That when they say the secret ingredient is love.
Yeah, that's it.
That is going to be. That's gonna. The meal from Hook. The food fight, that's what it's going to be.
I think he may have said blocking.
God damn it.
This might be the most bleeped hour in the history of our show. Do you have anything else from the Thanksgiving bucket so I can just be done with this and we can try over the course of the next 2 days to give people the show they deserve instead of the lazy Thanksgiving one you want to do?
I have Dan wishing everyone a happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. This microphone smells like crap.
It's a Frito mic. I remember that one.
You can hear the smell of the microphone.
Happy
Calcium.
Thanksgiving, everybody. This microphone smells like crap.
Calcium.
Were you like 10 feet away? Why was that so?
Did you so cover your face?
Yeah.
It was the Frito microphone.
Happy Thanksgiving,
when
everybody.
you
This
say it was the
microphone smells
Frito
like crap.
microphone, I legitimately don't know whether you mean Josh Friedman.
Definitely him.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Not Frito Lays.
Nope.
I texted Bob with shoes in. Can you join us right now? Mike is giving you crap for your Canes coverage on Saturday. His response, I can't, unfortunately. Just tell him he's wrong, whatever he's saying.
I don't think he respects you enough either. I believe Chucklefuck over there, South Florida broadcasting legend, is doing a little chortling in his suit with his guy Lou Riddick, co-conspirator, to laugh at Miami when you're from here, Bob. You came here and you earned your college football adjacent credentials in this town.
So did we.
Don't chuckle fuck us.
So did we. I'm going to hit him up. Maybe have a little happy hour in Pittsburgh on Friday.
So did we.
Maybe take a different approach. Come here, chuckle fuck. Come here. Let me put my arm around you.
Who, you're going, Mike?
Yeah, I'm going to the game.
Oh.
Okay.
Trip.
Zaslow,
High probability to be sad.
Zaz, let him borrow your sweater?
Zaslow, where are you going? Are you going to a cold place this weekend?
Yeah, I'm going to Norman, Oklahoma.
Are you going to get more clothes? Because that's going to be bitter
No.
cold. No, Zaslow, you're not going to do it again.
No, I told you already. I control my own blood. I'll be fine.
That doesn't even make sense.
Well, you
sound
wouldn't
stupid.
know.
You sound stupid.
You wouldn't understand.
You sound stupid.
Oklahoma
Not
might,
surprising coming from you.
Norman might be colder this time of year. This bone-chilling
Pittsburgh?
cold, you're going to do a show outside?
Yeah, of course.
I think it's going to be 25 degrees noon start for Miami Pittsburgh.
You understand the deeper winter gets, the colder it gets, yes?
Yeah, no, but whatever, man. I'm tough. I'll be all right.
All right, Tony.
Potential for rain, by the way, on Saturday, Dano, in Norman, Oklahoma. You ready for
that
that?
would
Cold
be
rain.
brutal.
You know about cold
Speaking
rain?
of Norman,
I got raincoat.
second in points per isolation behind Shea Gilgeous-Alexander.
56 degrees, Zaz. You're going to be all right.
Yeah, I'll be all right.
Zaslow is. I did not think that with everyone eating at the football trough, that Zaslow would have an opinion controversial and unique among people talking about sports in this market. Where Zaslow is now a person that any time in a football game, an outbreak of punching happens because these tacklers are getting better and better at hunting the football with punches.
Someone should send me video of last night because no one's done that yet.
Zaslow, don't act burdened by it. This is a great honor the audience bestows upon you by having a take no one else has, which you want to ban. You want to ban punching in football.
Yeah.
So the 50 times a weekend that someone punches out the football, you get the tweet, eat it, Zaz, that's a good play. But the one time a guy gets hit in the junk and a fight breaks out after the game, oh, by the way, Carolina Panthers in the mix. When a fight breaks out during a game last night, at the end of the game, Zaslow is being tweeted by the internet, the entirety of the internet, because he is more associated with this take than anyone. Mark Schlereth of the world are saying punching's fine, and Zaslow's like, come on, let's draw the line at punching. Let's not punch anymore.
I mean, I have an incredible amount of about that dick punch tweets at me last night.
Well, look how far the ball's away from the ball.
Oh, he's going for the ball.
Balls are close.
No, but
he's going for the ball.
No, but look at
It's
this.
okay.
This is why the fight happened after the game, and that's a cast. That's a cast.
Maybe he was trying to get all the way to the ball with the punch. And then,
That's right. So it's okay. It's legal. He's going for the ball. Oh, I missed. I hit him in the dick. Whoops.
For the record, I don't like this. This is bad.
We don't need the slow zoom, guys.
Yes, we do. No.
This shouldn't be allowed.
No.
The video's even better. This is the still. The video is incredible.
Still just looks inappropriate.
Video, thank you for this
Dan,
good
it's
work.
an uppercut.
Listen, stop right now. Everyone stop what you're doing. This has to be, there need to be criminal
Is that
charges.
a horse's leg?
Hey, yo.
I meant the arm.
Hey, yo.
That looks like from this still shot that could be a horse.
Everyone, listen, you settle down. I know you've been dreaming for the telestrator day when you get to do, can I draw a horse?
I wish I could circle right now where I'm talking about.
Yes, okay, fine.
Let's get me that. I want to be able to draw on our screen.
Nobody needs your knowledge of the horse penis right now.
GQ, get on that.
If you don't back off right now with your Thanksgiving confidence so that I can get to what I'm going to say here, there should be criminal charges for this. Chris Paul's about to retire after a great, great, great career, and one of the things I most associate is he did this to people. He did this to people.
He's a honker.
No, a honker.
He's a honker.
That kid's criminal.
He's a honker.
Look, it's criminal. Put this footage back up and do the close-up, please, again, because I want this to be an investigation from our show.
Dan, the ball was 3 players away.
He's wearing a cast. Look. These clubbed people, 3/4 of a way into a season that's not meant for the human body. This is a club he's wielding, and no wonder Jawan Jennings after the game wants to fight him, because this is a criminal act. And I'm going to say the 49ers, with some of that money they stole from Ayuk, should press criminal charges.
In the video, you can't hear because it's a still. He's like way away from Jawan Jennings.
Uppercut.
And he's hitting him with an uppercut.
This is a crime.
I don't agree with it.
During Monday Night Football,
Assault.
Carolina in the mix.
They broke their streak of winning the coin toss and winning the game.
49ers 8-4. Look out.
Told you.
It's ridiculous. No, because come on.
I think I'm finally off the hook. New sound isolate.
Can we get that sound, guys?
Get the sound, and what the sound you will hear.
You got punched in the ball.
That's what Jawan Jennings had. Yeah.
This is you will be able to isolate the delight of this sound will now speak. The thing that made me make that sound was the sheer delight in honestly marveling at how
we get that sound too.
How tough, get them both and make them both music, because both of those sounds that's about as good during the sport. Like, this is a wide open NFL, okay? Kansas City and the Patriots, there's been a lot of dominance of
Dolphins
this thing.
were in the hunt this weekend.
But San Francisco 49ers, over the last 5 years, really close, really tough, really superstar. And the thing that made me make that sound is that they ground yesterday the Carolina Panthers to dust, even though the visual I have from last night's game is there's Fred Warner in one box. Oh, his body broke. There's Joey Bosa in another. Oh, his body broke. How is this team always doing it, even though they've got like half the functioning bones you need? And now the usage rate of the running back is back up so that they can withstand 3 Brock Purdy turnovers, because that team's 8-4. And they're built to be feared the same way that the Rams are, except their quarterback, you don't trust him the way you trust the Rams quarterback. But to see them survive the Mac Jones stuff and this level of injury, like, that organizational stability is crazy. They had injury at quarterback. Like, how is that team 8-4?
I mean, they've been helped with the schedule, but the thing is, Brock Purdy, you don't usually see that. That was kind of an outlier game from Brock Purdy. He's usually been really good taking care of the ball.
He was so bad.
3 interceptions the first half. I was like, I stepped away for a second. He threw 2 picks. I was like, what happened?
No, but they were up against Carolina, even though they should have had 4 turnovers in the first half. Like, that team is physically something. That organization physically is something. George Kittle's the one still doing on 3/4 of his remaining functioning bones. Like, what the San Francisco 49ers are organizationally, I'd really like to get someone on that we can talk to about what just happened with Ayuk, because I thought guarantees were guarantees. Like, I thought something says it's a guarantee. Like, there are ways to get avoided criminally, but, like, your behavior can't be missed meetings.
No,
and
but
stuff.
isn't it similar to Christian Wilkins?
Okay, but
yeah, but he just signed a $120 million deal in the offseason.
If at any point in my life, anyone listening to this, if I say to you that you have a contractual guarantee, that's a guarantee. Those don't get voided for stuff we don't know about. It's not missing meetings. But anyways, I speak ill-informed. I just assume the worst. I assume the 49ers have a lot of trouble keeping all those stars getting money. Ayuk wanted his money, got his money, and now they're trying to void the guarantees because God knows how that affects Trent Williams' next contract. The point I'm trying to make is I can't believe how tough that team is as an organization, because the sound I made was, that's Fred Warner and Joey Bosa in the booth. Like, Carolina was doing things offensively that suggested perhaps they could catch the broken Bucks. Perhaps, like, Saints aren't any good.
Well, and by the way, like Tony, you mentioned about the schedule at San Francisco. They probably play in the best division in football. They're 4-1 in division.
Yeah, easily.
Like they're winning in the division.
Man, I know we get carried away analyzing things. This is not humanly sane, okay? Buffalo falls apart with injuries in a way that you don't trust them exactly. San Francisco goes through backup quarterbacks, and their quarterback throws 3 interceptions, and they're 8-4, and everyone knows they're going to be well coached, and you might question Kyle Shanahan because he blows a lead, but he might have a lead to blow because He's blown more of them than anybody, at least in part because for the last 5 years, no team's been in a better position anywhere in football without having done something than them.
And their next 2 games are so easy. They're at Cleveland, and then they host Tennessee.
I mean, they survived. Like, Mac Jones looked competent. Like, you guys were giving Kevin O'Connell a credit that Kyle Shanahan's the only one to actually merit, right? Kyle Shanahan's the only one that actually merits, yeah, he'll do it with any quarterback. He'll do it with Garoppolo.
I think Sean McVay's in that conversation too.
But what other quarter? I mean, Goff and Stafford, and that's it, right?
Yeah, but I mean, he
Baker resurrected
it's like
his
one
career
game
over
though,
there.
Baker, right?
Okay, man, chill.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. This microphone smells like crap.
This is Juju. He's got a new show.
Welcome back. The Alley Oop has returned.
How many damn jerseys do you have?
It's about basketball, hoops, and hoopers.
I'm trying to get us away from calling him the Joker because the other nickname on his page is Big Honey. And I just think Big Honey is a way better nickname.
Don Staley and them girls back at it again. And she gonna pull up Prada down, Chanel, Gucci, Louis. It don't even matter. Them Auburn Tigers, bro. Them boys 35 years old each player. None of them brothers got a hairline amongst any of them.
But maybe you're wondering, where can I see it or hear it? Tell us, Juju.
Subscribe to youtube.com/@DLS Hoops. Do you need me to point at some visual explanations? Well, here you go.
Best F1 minutes with Jessica Spatino.
After a blank space on the calendar, Formula One is back in Azerbaijan. Despite its reputation for tight corners and narrow roads, F1 is putting a sprint race in Baku. On Saturday, Charles Leclerc is fearless in pole position as the sprint begins. But at the start, London boy George Russell delivers some karma to Max Verstappen, making him a move to push him wide. Max is red, but George says, "Don't blame me." Number 22 Yuki Tsunoda clips the wall and loses a tire after just 2 laps. At the restart, Sergio Perez has a lead with 5 laps left. It's time to go. Checo wins the sprint race, but Max and George have bad blood when the race ends. You guys see what I'm doing yet? Will there be vigilante shit on Sunday?
This
Max,
is amazing.
You need to calm down because it's lights out and away we go in Baku. Sparks fly, and Verstappen is driving like he's in a getaway car and pulls out into the lead. Long story short, Nick DeVries has a glitch and a safety car ensues. Perez is in the lead after a slew of pit stops, but he's not out of the woods yet. The one driver, Max Verstappen, has speed, but that's when Sergio Perez says, bye-bye, baby. As the race ends, Esteban Ocon goes into the pit, but the mastermind race organizers have let press onto the treacherous pit lane. This is why we can't have nice things. 7-time champion Lewis Hamilton finishes 6th. The last great American dynasty, Haas, finishes out of the points, but today was a fairy tale for Sergio Perez. Verstappen finishes in 2nd, which is better than revenge. 1-2 for Red Bull is nothing new. They don't have champagne problems on the podium, but the anti-hero Max Verstappen is only ahead in the Drivers' Championship by 6 points. Fernando Alonso and Taylor Swift rumors are swirling. Long live Formula One. Max Verstappen has won the Drivers' Championship, but we still have 4 races to go. In Austin, Daniel Ricciardo rides a horse named Horsey McHorseface into the paddock. Zach Brown accuses Christian Horner of cheating, and Fort Lauderdale's own Logan Sargent will join Williams in 2023. During quali, Carlos Sainz takes the fastest lap while his teammate Charles Leclerc takes a grid penalty. Martin Brundle gets snubbed by Brad Pitt. Tim Apple doesn't know how to wave a flag. 440,000 people are at the Circuit of the Americas. It's lights out and away we go. On turn 1, Max Verstappen gets ahead of Carlos Sainz, and Sainz tries to recover, but gets hit by George Russell. The Spaniard is out of the race before the 1 lap is even over, and Russell takes a 5-second penalty. Valtteri Bottas' race ends early, and a safety car helps out Charles Leclerc for once. Fernando Alonso and Lance Stroll get in a massive collision, and debris is everywhere. Lewis Hamilton, on hard tires, leads the race with 10 laps to go, but the Flying Dutchman cannot be beat this year. It's Verstappen, Hamilton, and Leclerc. Sebastian Vettel battles to the finish in his final USGP. Baby Lando finishes 6th, and Yuki gets a point. Red Bull wins the Constructors' Championship for the first time in 10 years, a day after their founder's passing. People are crying, there's champagne flowing, fireworks are popping off. Everything is bigger in Texas, Dan, except for F1 drivers.
I guess it's time for the F1 minute here, even though I want to hear that sound
gave it
again.
away?
Je suis stressé pour les minutes de Formule 1. J'ai besoin d'énergie. Énergie.
Let's go, energy.
Oh, energy.
Bonjour et bienvenue à Circuit Powercar pour le Grand Prix de France. Les températures élevées sur le circuit signifient que la gestion des pneus va être essentielle. Charles Leclerc, le pilote automobile monégasque, fait face à Max Verstappen pour la première place. Le pilote Ferrari doit gagner pour rester dans les championnats. Mais non! Quelle horreur! Une catastrophe! Sacré bleu! Charles Leclerc sort de la course! Encore de la malchance! Il est fini! Une honte! Max Verstappen prend une grosse avance. Lewis Hamilton, le pilote Mercedes, est 12e. Carlos Sainz, l'autre pilote Ferrari, a commencé à la 19e place, d'où sa pénalité pour le changement du moteur. Et les roues contre roues avec Sergio Perez, mais l'imbécile de chez Ferrari recommence. Max Verstappen a fini premier de la course. Carlos Sainz est le pilote toujours. Lando, l'enfant Norris, a terminé 7e. Lance Stroll a terminé avec un point. Félicitations, Mike Crack.
Huh?
Wow! Oh my God!
Holy shit! Holy
Merci,
shit!
merci.
Oh my God! Was there an imbecile in there? Did you say
Les
imbecile?
imbéciles de chez Ferrari recommencent.
That sounded so exciting. I have no idea what happened.
Do you go to Miami?
No, I'm in the military, so.
Okay, hell yeah, dude. Thanks for your service.
Yeah.
Don't you wish the Florida Gators would do more to thank you for your service?
A little bit right now.
Hey Dan, it's me Lucy, and we are here on the beautiful University of Florida campus. And the thing about off-roading is we schedule these trips out months and months and months in advance. When things looked a little different for Florida, thank you, sir. Tell us about this outfit you got on today.
Oh, it was something I created. I'm a diehard Gator fan. The helmet I painted myself.
Wow, painted the helmet himself. You would have never been able to tell. I can't believe you painted that. You have some talent. How do we make our friendship work on a day like this?
It's tough. It's really tough.
We're watching a friendship breakup live right now.
Depends who wins, honestly.
Well, that's going in your favor.
He's my ride home. So
How would you describe this season of Florida football?
underwhelming.
Unfortunate. Depressing.
Would you guys die for the program?
I spent $40,000 a year to come here, so.
That's a yes.
To be honest, I haven't really been tracking it.
Okay, so then why is your face painted like this if you don't watch?
I mean, I can represent.
Okay.
I mean, it doesn't. I don't have to watch them all the time, but I do like them in my team.
Represent the team that you don't watch. Is this your first Florida game?
It is.
What do you think so far?
I actually love the atmosphere so far. It's really nice.
The trees are awesome here.
Very.
I feel like the Lorax, the way I speak for these trees. Look at that tree. Look at this tree. Look at that tree. Good tree. Breaking news. This is a sable palm and is the official state tree of Florida. We're really just doing tree content. They can't all be winners, you know? Were you a Billy Napier guy?
Hell no. Not a single bit. I love him as a person. I think out of our last few head coaches, I will say I had a soft spot for him. Rough.
That was a real long way to say no. Did you know they fired their head coach?
No, I did not.
They did a couple weeks ago.
Hey.
Did you know that Billy Napier was the coach?
No, man.
I kind of love you.
I'm here to represent. That's it. It's my team.
How many? You keep saying that, and you don't know anything that's going on. Okay, so if we had our ideal choice for head coach, who would you guys pick?
LeBron.
Yeah.
He's him. He's him.
I agree with that. 100%. Is that our top choice for the open job, is Lane Kiffin?
100%. 100%.
Are you nervous he's going to go to LSU?
A little bit.
They're going to offer him a lot of money. If you don't get Lane Kiffin, who do you want?
Anybody but Mario Cristobal. I know he's not even on the board. I just don't like him.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
This is a Miami-based show, so we approve of that message, actually.
Great.
You got the one Miami hater here. Who's in a worse spot, Florida or Florida State?
Florida State, they owe him like $75 million still, and the coaching staff over $100 million.
It's like the battle of mid.
I'm happy they're losing. Yeah, as long as we get that win, it'll be a great season. It's a win for us.
Sean McGill is here, son of Ron McGill. He has confirmed that these are real. And I asked, where do you buy a gator skull like this? And he was like, I don't know, a gas station? How has your experience been with Tennessee fans today? Have you talked to any of them?
Not really. We've just been tailgating with ourselves.
Have you heard Rocky Top? Do you guys know that song?
Yeah, we haven't heard it today.
What do you think of it?
It's a catchy song.
Unfortunately catchy.
It is a banger. Is it better than Won't Back Down?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
I'm asking the questions that I have to because I have a journalism degree. Do you know what they sing at the fourth quarter?
No, ma'am. I know.
Okay, it's really cool. I think you're gonna love it. They do Won't Back Down by Tom Petty.
Oh, I didn't know that.
We are learning so much today. I think this trip to the swamp was brought to you by Hampton Farms Peanuts. Get nutty with Hampton Farms, the official snack nut of bowl season. I have decided I wanted to clear you the Hampton Farms nuttiest fan of the game. So we got you this combo pack of peanuts because he loves the Gators so much that he doesn't give a crap about what's going on. He just loves the Gators.
Yes, ma'am. Go Gators. Let's win.
Dan, while Alabama was playing Eastern Illinois and Auburn was playing Mercer, Tennessee had their own version of that playing Florida today. It was swampy in the worst way. Deeply unpleasant football game. Lane Kiffin, I really do think you're going to like it here. I really, really do. They gave me a Lululemon bag today, and I just know you would love that. I know it, Lane. I know it.
Lucy, I have admired your growth here over 2 years doing these packages. They are harder to do than people understand, but this is your first work of art. to see the energy drained of that swamp because they're losers at football, and you not being able to pick it up with your presence because the energy is dead, and the one fan you found with a painted face didn't know anything about what he was there for. Like, that's the most useless environment.
Hampton Farms fan of the game.
This is the
Didn't
most.
know Napier was fired.
This is the most useless environment we've sent Lucy into. When she says this was planned months ago, no one could have seen what this is coming.
Or everyone.
They tried to kill Lucy, but she would not let them. This is a triumph. Lucy, you have not had a harder triumph since I think the Army-Navy game where they wouldn't let you anywhere near the facility during these difficult times.
Yeah, it was tough. The trees were awesome, though. That's a beautiful campus.
I'm glad you mentioned that.
Trees.
That's always my takeaway from Gainesville. Such nice trees.
It's amazing. The Spanish Moss there is gorgeous. It's breathtaking. So at least we had that.
Had you never been there, Lucy?
I have. I went once before. The last time I went, we didn't send Rose with me. We just met up with 2 journalism students, and they took me to a frat party, so I didn't really get to see the campus.
I'm not sure that you've missed much. Congratulations on making your way to the 7th most important game in the SEC that weekend. It was an understandable choice. But before we get to Florida being dead, Mike has been wanting to talk about what losers they are at FSU since before the season. I don't know whether he's gotten any of his shots off on his private ventures, but Mike has literally for months been wanting to talk about FSU being losers. And so now where are we with Norvell, where they're stuck with him?
Yeah, so they announced Sunday, following a loss to NC State, a bad loss, where Florida State committed a ton of just stupid, dumb decisions, and that's why they lost, which has been the entire Florida State season for the last 2 years. Mike Norvell will be back for 2026, and it's pretty simple why. They just cannot afford to fire him. I think it's $56 million to get rid of Norvell, $72 to get rid of his staff. And when you look around and you're saying, okay, we're going to spend $70 million to start over, and we are not the best job available or the second best job available or the third best job available, Florida State just feels like they're cutting their losses right now by being like, you know what, we're just going to wait another year. They said they're going to take money and invest it into the team during this time. Personally, I think that's just a waste of time, waste of space, because what quarterback, what coordinator is going to want to come to Florida State next year knowing that everything is going to change?
It's not supposed to go, Lucy, from 13-1 to 2-10 to your coach is in trouble immediately. That's not the way that one's supposed to work ever.
Ever.
Well, I think what's worth noting is that season has, with the context we have now, that season was the anomaly for Mike Norvell. It wasn't 5-6.
Yeah, but it wasn't a fluke either. But it wasn't a fluke.
No, it sort of was, in the sense that Mike Norvell has built Florida State by ignoring recruiting, basically. He is not a good recruiter. That has never been his game. He's hit the transfer portal so hard, and he got lucky with a bunch of really good hits. And since then, he's not changed the strategy at all. Florida State has done everything exactly the same. They just have not gotten lucky with the portal. It's not just Mike Norvell. It's the system he has built there where, that year was absolutely a fluke. He's 6 years in. He has 2 winning seasons. We know who he is. He's not a recruiter. He just hopes the transfer portal works out.
That hurts, though. I understand how she's coming by the appraisal of fluke, but 13-0,
I know.
When you see how difficult it is with these teams losing 2 games, when's 13-0 ever
I
a
don't
fluke?
get it.
This was predictable. I wish we could go back, give Ethan the job to listen to the shows after FSU got screwed.
Ethan, do that.
Because this was all a house of cards because of what Lucy identified, which is they struck on the transfer portal. They didn't supplement with the high school. To Norvell's credit, they're trying to recruit high school better. And he did fix a lot of the issues from last year. The offense did get better. They hired an offensive coordinator.
When they were sitting at 3-0 this year, you were fooled, right?
No, I wasn't.
No?
No,
I'm telling you, since before the season, I don't know what happened to FSU because I did see them beat Alabama. We didn't imagine that.
That's the worst loss of the season for anyone now, right?
I said we were going to look back on week 1 between Alabama and FSU and said this might be a battle of an 8-win team and a 7-win team. Now, Alabama's had some one-score luck. I think Alabama's proven that they're all right. Yeah, no, they're solid, but they lost to Florida State. Gus Malzahn did improve the offense. It just so happens that he and Mike Norvell hate each other now.
Lucy, before I get to your travels this weekend, because Ryan Day is 81-10 against everybody, but has lost the last 4 times to Michigan. They play Michigan this weekend, so I suspect that this will be this is going to feel like a giant, epic adventure. I don't know what the best environment you've found yourself in, but Ohio State kind of quietly defending its greatness because they haven't been tested and haven't played anybody. This game for Ryan Day is the only thing about Ryan Day that wouldn't make him better than Urban Meyer, correct? Like if we're talking like Urban Meyer winning the national championship, the game that you're headed to is a legitimately exciting one.
Yeah, no, this is it for Ryan Day. This is it for Ohio State. The last time Ohio State played anybody of any substance was week 1 against Texas. So, like, Ohio State has been, like, it's weird because they're the number 1 team in the nation and they look like it. They've just been under the radar because they haven't really had these marquee matchups. Yeah, this is sort of it. Like, you have lost to Michigan 4 years in a row. For the last, obviously this year and last year, you're significantly better than Michigan is. If this is the hump you can't get over, like, we're not at the stage anymore where we can be like, well, Ryan Day's going to get fired because he hasn't beat Michigan when they're, won the national championship last year. They have everything in front of them to win this year. It's just such a weird little, like, monkey on his back that he cannot get off because this Michigan team is a lot better than last year's team, but this Michigan team still is, like, their offense is not very fun to watch. Ohio State's defense is very good. Everything should trend towards Ohio State winning, but, like, I don't know. Vibes are odd.
Lucy, if Michigan wins this Saturday and Oregon loses at Washington, Michigan's in the title game, right?
Yeah.
That's totally possible.
It really screws everything up for all the other teams.
Don't love that.
It's
very weird that Michigan is still in playoff contention. They shouldn't be. I don't know if you
shouldn't
watch
be.
them.
Could they get in
not.
if they beat Ohio State but don't get in to the conference championship game? Could they still then be in conversation?
They're not
one lost team.
Chris, they're going to be ranked pretty high tonight, and if they get
they
that
beat
win,
Ohio. That's what I'm saying.
Best win of the season it would be.
If you're Michigan, you don't even want to make the conference
championship.
championship.
Let's have this conversation honestly in front of everybody, okay? I want to ask everyone this question, and I want to ask it aggressively. Tell me what's going to happen in Ohio State, Michigan, because I defy you people to tell me Michigan's going to do that to Ryan Day again. I defy anyone here to stand behind the opinion of Michigan's going to do that to Ohio State again.
I'm staying quiet. Don't talk to me.
It was a lot more unlikely last year.
I don't think Jeremiah's going to play in that game. They should be getting Tate back, which is, you contextualize the last couple of games that we've seen from Ohio State. They have a great wide receiver duo that's hampered by injury. But I'm really worried about this because the ultimate chaos factor and the CFP that deeply affects those fringe teams. I'm making a Miami point.
Somebody stake
those fringe Miami teams. Like, if Michigan wins that game, Miami's properly effed.
So did we.
Yeah, for sure. Michigan has, the ability. I think this year's rivalry week, most of the things that are going to cause chaos with the playoff are actually things going according to plan, aren't going to be upsets, with the exception of Michigan, because if Michigan wins, they can find their way in the Big Ten championship, which they will need that to get in, because they do have 2 losses to Oklahoma and USC. I don't think Michigan wins. I watched that Northwestern game. I don't have any faith that Michigan beats Ohio State, but whatever. I didn't have any faith at all last year that would happen, and then Rose got pepper sprayed, so everything went kind of crazy.
That's a great sentence.
Yeah, I know. It's wild that still happened. I can't believe that. That was a year ago. Michigan they have so much potential to sneak their way into the playoff and do something stupid if they beat Ohio State, but that's a big if. And I got to be honest, if you haven't watched Michigan football, which they've also been a team that's kind of been under the radar, I promise you don't want to see them in the playoff. We already have our own version of Michigan in the playoff with Oklahoma. You don't want Michigan there, too. You really don't.
Oh,
Just
my
trust
God.
me.
It would be so funny, though, if it can't happen again. I just defy any of you to stake the claim. None of you are willing to stake. Somebody show me who is the shit stirrer Joey Galloway doing it? Who's taking
I'll say it. Michigan wins. My words mean nothing.
That would really, really suck.
Oh, I hope it happens so
So
bad.
nobody's willing to stake. Wait,
I'm afraid of it. I'm afraid of it because Ryan Day, this is the
Come on, man.
The right UM will make the playoffs.
Ryan Day, come on, that can't be a thing, right? We're not going to say that's a real thing. That 81-10, Ryan Day doesn't know how to beat Michigan, even if they're vastly, vastly inferior. He doesn't know how to do it. He's going to lose the game for a fifth time. He's going to be one of the great. You
know what that is?
He's going to be. Yeah, I know what that is. That's roast bean pepper spray, and it's cruel.
Bird of prey.
It sounds like a bird is attacking my argument. You think this is how Ryan Day feels Michigan week? Like I'm the greatest.
Number.
I'm the greatest there's ever been, except for this one thing, and this is that Zaz thinks Jim Harbaugh is the greatest just because of what he started doing to me.
Sucker. Bad take.
All right, I want to get to because
he's laughing, Dan. He knows it's a bad take.
I don't know that.
Yeah, you do.
You do know that. You now know that it's a ridiculous take.
Loss of the Jags, 35-6, ass whooping.
The thing that I want to go back to, though, because this is funny, okay? What I'm presently watching happening in college football, if you have any sense of history, is amusing. Lane Kiffin, who is 13-25 against ranked opponents. Everybody is dying to have him. And I'm reading stuff on the internet that's like, Lane better win this one on Friday. And it's like, no, Lane's going to land in a wonderful place because Lane.
I actually don't give a shit if I win or not.
Lane could right now say, yeah, LSU, I'll pick you up in about 6 weeks. Can you have Orgeron handle the recruiting for me? I've got to get to the beach this weekend in Boca for a couple of weeks.
He had a great answer to, what about the kids? He's like, it's different now. They can leave whenever they want. We're good.
He's 13-25 against ranked opponents. He can have any job that he wants. He's been embroiled in scandal 2 or 3 times with, as Mike likes to say, burning mattresses. Where's this going to end up? Because it's laughably funny how Lane Kiffin can do whatever he wants.
I think it ends up with Ole Miss losing to Mississippi State.
Mississippi State's sneaky decent, Lucy.
They're sneaky good, and there is a dark, weird energy in Starkville. There always has been.
Come on. They're not going to fumble it at the Egg Bowl. It's not going to be fumbled at the Egg Bowl.
This is a recipe.
It's the Egg Bowl.
Yeah, it's the Egg Bowl.
That helps everything.
You guys are just going to keep doing this with rivalry.
You know
stuff?
about that Egg Bowl?
No, but it's the Egg Bowl. It's different.
It's not just the Egg Bowl. And that's the dark arts right there. But also, it's a coach that is clearly checked out. I mean, when have you ever seen a statement like you've seen from Ole Miss? His future will be addressed after the Egg Bowl. This has all the makings of this team losing. And Lucy, if Ole Miss loses and Lane actually leaves, that has ramifications.
Come on, committee.
No, I agree with that. So I think that, one, if you're a player at Ole Miss, this is the weird situation. You're standing on the sideline in Starkville, Mississippi, getting cowbell psychosis happening, and all you can think about is this going to be my head coach in 5 hours? Because you don't know. The decision is happening then. I understand the ultimatum on Ole Miss's part because you want an answer, but also it's like, all right, you have just completely overshadowed this game that is already weird against a team that may not win a lot but is very good and can be very sneaky and difficult to play against. You have all of that. If Ole Miss loses that game, which is a very, very possible outcome, and Lane Kiffin leaves, the committee, I believe, has already come out and said that is something they will take into account. You could very well see Ole Miss get left out of the playoff because they do not have a head coach, because he has to make that decision by the Egg Bowl, which hurts Ole Miss.
He's already made his decision.
He has.
And I'm sure he's already
made it on
decision.
Friday. He made it on Friday, and that Ole Miss statement tells you everything. That doesn't scream he's coming back. I can tell you that Florida is trying to do what LSU did to them.
Well,
which is,
I can tell you, and I can tell you.
I happen to know. Florida's.
He happens to know?
Second,
Greg
restriction.
Scott, he happens to know. He happens to know. Gather, everyone. Get the children. He happens to know. So wise.
He made his decision on Friday. And
Mike, text me where he's going. I want to know.
Yeah, I think he's going to LSU.
He's the next coach at LSU.
Well,
I think
Zaslow's
he's going
already
to LSU.
reported that.
I already reported it on ESPN.
Zaslow has reported that on ESPN. You guys keep pretending to be journalists as Zaslow continues to kick everybody's ass. Zaslow's already reported on ESPN that he
How
is
did
going
Zaslow
to
get that info?
Don't worry. I'll never give you my sources. Don't worry about that.
You texted me before your show.
Yo, I don't know why you guys say that.
Teeth chattering, too.
Yeah. Lane is the ship doesn't have any leaks now. But I think a decision was made after Friday. I do know that Florida's trying their best to hijack it the way that LSU hijacked it. But I think Lane Kiffin is leaving. And I think when the dust settles, he's going to be at LSU.
That's what I heard, too.
This leaves Florida in such a weird spot because it seems like the next guy that you would want is John Summerall, who already was like, no, not Florida. I don't know where they go from here.
The Summerall thing I was hearing was just both schools kind of collaborated on, like, let's make Auburn hire him.
Oh, that's where I think he should go. That's the most natural fit. I actually like that hire, which is weird because normally if Auburn wants to hire a guy immediately, I'm like, ooh, that's bad. That's not a good look. I just don't know where that leaves Florida at all. I don't know who they go for after that because I haven't heard a ton of names outside of just Kiffin.
I've heard a couple of names, and one of them is friggin' shocking.
Go on.
You can't do that.
Come on.
You can't do that.
Oh, he can't do
that.
that. No, he can't say
can't
it.
do that.
I'm going to speak for Mike here. He can't say it.
Text me.
Come on.
Okay, I'll text you.
Wait a minute. So now
He was about to say it, Lucy.
I was about to say it, but
Say into the mic while you're going to text her.
Lucy, you're
just say
playing
it, just say it,
defense
just say it.
against journalism being done on this show, wherever it is. You're telling us you got to
I thought that
have
was
a
Pablo's
shocking
show that they
name.
did
A
journalism.
shocking name.
do not be surprised if Florida does fall on its face here and Lane Kiffin goes to LSU. Do not be surprised. You're going to hear the normal names.
Say Urban Meyer.
Do not be surprised to hear Dabo's name.
Arkansas has been trying to make Dabo to Arkansas happen. They have been crazy online recently.
Dabo Camp has been talking.
Oh, put it on the poll at Le Batard Show. Dabo Camp has been talking. Yes or no? Lucy, I want to get to some other things with you, but I'm going to say it again. 13-25 against ranked opponents.
Can't believe you made me say it.
13-25 against ranked opponents. 13-25 against ranked opponents.
But he tweets all the time. It's so funny.
Might lose the Egg Bowl. Sneaky decent Mississippi State. Don't be surprised. Get out of here. What are we doing?
They're okay.
What are we doing? Sneaky decent Mississippi State won one conference game in 2 years. He's doing a bit on sneaky decent Mississippi State.
Not a bit.
You guys are expecting him to
No,
lose
they
the
are
Egg,
sneaky
the
decent.
Egg Bowl because of dark energies? What kind of analysis
Dark
is
arts.
that?
That is the Egg Bowl.
Darts.
You don't get it. You don't get Starkville.
You don't get the Egg Bowl
cowbell.
on a Friday, day after Thanksgiving.
You know about that Egg Bowl?
You don't know.
Well, so Zaslow says, do you know about that Egg Bowl? And you've had a couple of...
You'll have a guy doing like a
do you
dog
know about
urinating
that?
celebration
Do you
and
know,
ruin everything.
Do you know about this axe celebration or this...
Transfer of the axe, Dan.
The Stanford, California...
Axe celebration would be awesome.
Why are you yelling at me?
So they have the transfer of the axe, Cal Stanford, every year, whoever wins the game. And the best part about this is with like 2 minutes left in the game, I'm going to say it, a bunch of nerds walk out onto the side of the field, and they just stare at each other. I'm telling you, we're looking at a photo here with 1 minute 30 left. This started with about, in game time, about 2 minutes and 50 seconds left, and it goes through the end of the game. And they don't break. They just stare at each other for about 3 minutes of game time, which is what in real time?
Like 10 minutes,
Like
maybe.
10, we're talking like 2 minute warning, commercial break. They are just staring at each other.
She's mad dogging her.
And then Simon Cowell walks between them, and everyone starts dancing.
And who won this year? So Stanford won, so they had to give it up this year. Cal was holding it, so this is the passing. You've won.
The axe celebration.
This is electric, Dan.
Can
Can you feel the tension in the air right now?
This is one of the better rivalries. I love this.
As I called it, the axe celebration. I don't believe that that's what it is, but I don't know what it's not. Like there's an axe involved. There's a transferring of an axe.
It's an odd-looking axe. If we can put it back up, it doesn't look like a normal axe to me. It looks like a.
That's Cal and Stanford. I mean, you know.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Oh, really? We're going to do that? All right. It's an Internet Minute. All right. Let's go. I'm sorry.
Time to get in it. It's Lucy's Internet Minute.
So we have some breaking news out of some lower courts in Missouri. A judge has been suspended for, I believe, 6 months because he got in trouble for making too many Elvis references. And he would show up to court dressed as Elvis, and he would do Elvis voices, and he was always making these weird Elvis references. And finally, someone reported him, and they were like, "Hey, dude, you're a judge. You really got to stop doing this." And he was like, "Oh, I didn't realize it took this bit too far. I'm sorry. I didn't know that everybody didn't love Elvis. I guess I realize now, in retrospect, maybe I shouldn't have dressed up as Elvis so much. I was just trying to make court a little bit fun." And that's what happened on the internet this week.
Okay, so
overruled.
Just trying to make the jailhouse rock.
That's good.
If I show up to court and the judge is doing
I'd throw the
Elvis
book at
bit,
you, just looking at you.
He's so pissed.
I got a real
I
suspicious
think he
mind.
also was doing like bad things too. Like I think he was like taking bribes and stuff like that. Allegedly, I'm not
that.
100% sure. But really, it was the Elvis thing that did it.
if you've got any others, blue suede shoes, if there's anything you got in the holster there as Elvis.
Sir, I think you're the devil in disguise.
You're
Thank you very much.
Wow. Good limited fake there from Jeremy.
I mean,
The rare.
Yeah.
It is
Thanks.
rare. He's got one.
Hey, he usually offers us nothing, so that's great.
Usually
you.
it's true. I'm really upset right now.
Yeah, no, you're right about all of it.
Jeez. The look that you gave Zaz when he said Eskimo.
Lucy is heading to Ann Arbor for the game this week, and Ohio State looks to beat Michigan for the first time since 2019. One last thing, Lucy, before you get out of here. Tony has been riddling Zaz with judgment because he's a now veteran of going into college football winters, but he does not know how to dress when representing ESPN and the top of the audio ESPN food chain. So his teeth were chattering. I could hear it in his broadcast because it's like 300 radio stations. I like to text him that I'm listening on Saturday mornings when he's like dominating the airwaves, but I can hear that he's cold because he's outdoors and it's Madison and it's 20 degrees, and he's going to dress like this again this weekend.
But you did that in Madison, right by the lake?
That's right. I'm brave, right?
No.
I didn't know that there was a
So
lake.
wait, what? You didn't know that? That's like Madison's whole bit. But also, did you just look at the forecast?
No, he
Do
didn't.
you need? Okay,
Lucy,
so
it's
what?
Lucy. It's wind off a lake in the winter in Madison. Like
It's awful.
It's
It's so
lunacy.
cold.
It's lunacy.
He's wearing
what
his
he's
yard
in.
work shoes.
I have been to Madison in November. That is unreal. So you need a new jacket because you can't just be wearing a sweatshirt. You need more layers. You need winter shoes. I didn't see gloves. You should
no
probably
gloves.
get a scarf. Did you have hand warmers?
I didn't wear my long johns. I look good in my long johns, Lucy. You know about that?
Why would you not wear that to Madison?
I want to
It's like
see
the
that
one
photo.
place you have to do that.
It used to be Book Shambi's screensaver on his phone when I would call. Just picture me in my long johns.
Oh man,
Lucy, see, that's how a radio professional dresses, right? But the thing is, you want to elevate your game. You got to be better than that,
Yeah,
right? It's
look
not
at
just
Tony.
about radio. You got to be out there with the people like Zaz thinks he is.
Why
But
do you have a cigar
What do you mean?
in this photo that we're showing?
What do you mean? That's because that's
You look
the vibe.
ridiculous.
Dan, you tell me. Cigar the vibe or not the vibe?
Look,
Dan, you tell
I
me.
wish Tony was having these opportunities Zaslow squanders. Tony
I'll
right
take it
now
from him
would
one
be
day.
Tony would be dominating college football by dressing better than anyone in Madison on a Saturday.
He would be like, "Who is this guy?" And then show up in a chinchilla, like, "Yeah, what's up?" Illini by 30.
Instead, Zaslow's doing it maximum Daytona style.
He's doing it $7.90 the ticket, dude. This is bigger than that. Zach.
That's right. I represent home team all the time.
You know when the
Never forget where I come from.
You know in like any movie about the Invisible Man when he goes out in disguise and puts on makeup, that's what Zaz looks like. Zaz looks like the Invisible Man in disguise.
Looks like Hancock.
Yeah.
Lucy, good seeing you. Thank you. Enjoy Ann Arbor this week, and you will both be there. He will.
What are you going to wear?
Same thing.
Really?
I'm not going to be in Ann
It's like-
Arbor.
Oh, I thought you were in
No,
Ann
he's
Arbor.
going to be in Norman.
No, he's in
Oh,
Norman.
my bad.
Yeah.
Even worse.
Oh, then you're fine.
Oh,
It's a guy in
She's
Ann Arbor
fine?
named Norman.
He's fine.
He's fine in Oklahoma. Norman,
Nice.
Oklahoma. This time of year is
Nice.
going to be okay in
Gonna
the
be
morning.
56
It's
degrees.
I'm
not gonna
packing the
be-
same
It's not
getup.
going to be nearly as bad as Michigan. Yeah, that is a perfect outfit to wear to
Nice.
Norman.
Yeah, that's
Good.
a fine.
I don't know
guy.
about perfect outfit. What does Amber say about your getups when you walk into the studio?
Not that big of a fan.
Settle
Yeah,
down.
I figured.
Okay, yes, it's a fine. I think you've eliminated
Confused
the fine
college
bucket.
towns.
You actually pay it to me in perpetuity, remember?
Thank you, Lucy. What is the fine? Okay, good talking to you, Lucy. I wanted to backtrack for just 1 second. Oh, I forgot to ask her. I think she admitted to being a Miami hater during that video. And
Yes,
I
she
let
did.
Her, I let her.
There's
know.
not-
admitted?
There's not much to ask.
Right?
Okay. Well, I didn't know. It had been confirmed. I did not know that she had confirmed. That was the first confirmation I'd gotten that from inside. The calls coming from inside the house, that Lucy, a Meadowlark employee, was an She's a Miami hater. I did not know that.
I knew it when she moved away.
No, people can move. People can not like Miami without being Miami haters.
No,
but
she's happy when anything bad happens to the
Okay,
university.
that's a
right.
different thing.
Maybe
It
even the
has
city.
been. It's a city too.
All right, but that's a different thing, though. Am I wrong when I say that that's the first confirmation that we have that Lucy is a Miami hater?
Or the last 3 years.
Okay, that's all right, fine. So proof but confirmed, and now we've got it in the highest form of honor this show gives, which is the echoing Gary Furman. That's the height of journalism. Gary Furman, local legend. If he stamps it, it's confirmed. Lucy's a Miami hater.
Getting carried away with
Yeah,
legend.
everybody's a legend around here.
You're all shook up.
Wait a minute.
Local guy that's been around.
All right. So who's a legend? Is Frito a legend? Because
No.
Legendary Smelly Mike.
wait a minute.
Frito's not a legend. Is he still doing it? No.
Hold on.
Not everyone gets to be a legend.
He's got to have a podcast.
Earlier.
Everyone. Do you want to know? Do you want to know if he has a podcast? Because I'm good to go.
All right, let's play that game. Mike's
Good.
been
I'd much
wanting to
rather
play.
this game because I actually happen to like Josh Friedman.
Look, there is
No,
no
Zaz loves him.
There is no bucket I like to
Nope.
rummage in.
Not even a little.
You know what time it is.
Listen up. Time to think fast. Is this a real or fake podcast?
Wait, just slow down for a second so that I don't exclude listeners who don't go right back to the beginning. When I was sounding like I was wishing you a happy Thanksgiving, and I did not know whether the microphone smelled like Frito or Fritos.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. This microphone smells like crap.
When I was asking the question, the question of the microphone, because we were using all the same microphone, it smelled like also Fritos and Frito. It smelled like both of those things. So Zaslow wants to talk about this, but he doesn't want to talk about it, and I don't think we want to bury.
I'm fine talking about it.
Yeah.
You better not say that I threw shit at you again. all
You
right?
did, by the way, but this is a different story. There was one time as a 7 ticket promotions assistant that I went
Which
in.
I don't remember.
Of course you don't, because you didn't think of me at that point. But now you see me every single day. But there was one time where I went into the bathroom after Frito did. Mistake.
No, wait a minute. That's
I'm just telling you my experience.
We've all been there.
Come on.
That's look.
I'm just telling you my experience.
Gotta go. You gotta go.
Listen to me.
Those bathrooms were not
Hold
nice.
on. So Frito's not a legend.
No.
Come on, man.
Talking about.
He put in a shift.
All right, who are you guys willing to give legendary
hand.
staff? Hey, wait a minute. Is Bob Wischusen a legend?
Not a South Florida legend. I mean, he's the best voice in hockey.
Wait a minute. He just said yes, and you said not in South
He's
Florida.
a legend, but not a South Florida legend.
Correct.
You're right. I think you're right about
I
that.
think he's like a New York legend.
Yeah.
He's not a South Florida legend just because he was here too short a time?
I think most people don't know that he did work here.
You're alerting people to the fact that he started down here.
He learned at the knee of Boog Shambi.
Yeah, most people don't know that. That the illustrious career of Chucklefuck started right down
He
here
is
in
a
South
legend,
Florida.
but not a South
So
Florida
who are you guys willing to
Is
give?
Boog a South Florida legend?
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Very quickly, Chucklefuck will join us tomorrow at 9:25.
Oh, good. I'll give him a piece of my mind.
Of course, Boog
All right,
is a
so
South Florida
so
legend.
I give away legend too freely then when I say.
Yes.
All right, so.
What are you laughing at?
What are you laughing at?
Because
They
we're about to
just
put up
they
a photo
put
of
his
off-season
picture.
Santa.
They put up his picture.
Oh my god.
He makes me happy.
Yeah, I mean,
Because
He was
always
nice to me when I was
always nice
editing.
to us.
I was first working on this show. He was his show would be right after ours.
He wasn't
Very
nice to everybody though.
No, he wasn't nice to everybody, which I have a problem
He
with.
may have yelled at me on air when I didn't put the city of the caller.
Yeah, that's true. He did do that.
I was trying to go above and beyond. Our show ended. I'm like, I'm going to stay and do some calls for Frito. And I just put the name up there, and he's like, why don't I see the city?
It's got to be Ken from West Palm, not just Ken. What kind of shop you running over there in the afternoons?
I side with Frito here. I side.
Got to put the city.
Did you do that on purpose? Frito here? That was his tagline. Frito here.
So who are the legends who aren't legends that I give legendary status to too freely? You guys have, because I think of anybody who can work in this market. This is how I do this, right? I do this with Steve Shapiro. I do it with Jim Barry.
He's a South Florida legend.
No, look, no, but if you guys can
What
do
about
that,
DePasquale?
DePasquale too.
So you just got to be around for a while.
No, not just be around for a while. Not just around in a transient place.
Do you think he has a podcast?
15 years is the cutoff. What's the cutoff where you're willing to give me? If you're able to make a media
It's
career
years
in this
and
market,
impact.
years and impact.
Yeah.
How do you quantify impact?
So how do I give it too freely?
It's like you know when you see it.
How many? Okay, so how many legends in the history of the South Florida market are there that you're willing to give it to in radio?
There's a lot. I think there's a lot.
There's a lot.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of South Florida sports
Captain
radio
Curtis
legends.
Stevenson.
No.
Brandon Guzio.
No.
Josh Darrow.
No.
Down to Josh Darrow on the sidelines.
Love that guy.
Joe Zagacki.
Yes.
Yes.
Kane's voice.
Yes.
Zagak. I like Zaz as judge for whether
Kevin
they get...
Rogers.
No.
What?
No.
K-Raj, come on.
No.
His tongue was falling off.
The room I heard the room react to that out there.
His tongue was falling off.
Get the Kevin Rogers couple of clips that we have there of him being lonely at the Super Bowl because Kevin Rogers will be furious.
Your
about
tongue
what
ever
Zaz
fall
said.
off?
Does anyone care about this? Does
No,
anyone care or know what we're talking about?
We're going to do fake or real podcast in a second, Mike, but I just want to get to the bottom. I do want to get to the bottom of Zaz proclaiming whether people are legends in the market or not.
Jonathan Grunfast.
Let's play Money Mark Eisenberg. Let's do real or fake podcast.
I had K. Raj, but okay.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Raj. That's fine.
Lincoln Kennedy, what's up, man? Yeah, I'm working. Where you going? You on the FHM party tonight? You going to FHM tonight? All right. I'll see you later.
It's such a 2005 clip.
I was there.
You going to the FHM party tonight? You know that hot magazine that's kind of like Playboy,
That was in
only they're not
Detroit.
totally naked? You going to that party? They always throw a good one, Lincoln Kennedy. All right, real or fake podcast time. Wingmen with Matthew and Brady Kachuk. Real or fake podcast?
Real. It's been getting some run lately.
Is that the name, though? Might
Hey,
not be the
real.
name.
Hey, your conviction is not helping tricking Dan.
Real.
So adjust accordingly.
Play the game.
Yeah, that's a real one. Thank you for being so certain. And
Why do I not get to play the game?
Way to know, Zaslow.
because Dan was nervous. I saw it in his eyes. He had no idea.
Let Dan answer first if you know.
I'm going to be like Cody yesterday. I was unsurprised
That-
by that.
I'll never forgive him.
I can't get over that.
He's like, what?
Can we readdress it, please, just very quickly before Mike continues? Because Jeremy worked hard on that bit, 4 hours for a build-up. Chris was enraged that your father can't be surprised by
I just
two
know-
Jeremys existing.
I know this move of my dad's of when he's confused on something and he feels like he might be getting got, he just goes into, what?
Jeremy's enraged.
Like, it was just this, like, indifferent of course. Yeah, I thought.
I've been talking to a different person for 3 hours.
I thought you hired a guy.
Ran through 1,000 scenarios in my mind of how yesterday could go.
Indifference was not something
It was not the one. We were like, oh, maybe because he wants to be sure that he doesn't look senile, he won't ask even when he thinks it's somebody else. I didn't think that because he didn't want to look senile, he would just pretend it didn't surprise him
I was
that
eating-
there was another human here.
I was having dinner with my family last night, not even talking about it, and I just started shaking my head. And my wife's like, "What's wrong?" And I'm like, "My dad ruined everything."
Dad spoke to somebody for 3 consecutive hours, was then revealed to him that the person he thought he was talking to was not that person, and was like, would you look at that?
Can I just, I know that I'm out of time here, but I do just want to explore for one moment here what happened there, because I felt like you guys not guarding against his senility was you guys not knowing your teammate there. To assume that he would have a surprised, befuddled reaction to Jeremy appearing in a different form suggests that he was thinking about anyone other than himself during yesterday's show. Like, that he doesn't
You
care.
would think that would stir up some kind of thought about
He
himself.
will not have
like,
a real
am I
relationship with
okay?
Jeremy. He will just be a person in the corner who's not Billy, who doesn't support him the way Billy
He
does.
was just excited
He
that there was a
looked
George
past
Harrison
him.
he
Yeah,
could name
that's-
facts
it-
about.
We could have put
Right on.
We could have had Roy in that costume, and it would have
Where my
fooled
church
for
people
your
at?
father. Your-
That minute on Ruth was great.